Good afternoon, beautiful patrons. Thank you so much for joining us. It is 17 past. I don't know what time it is, guys. 17 past 1 in the afternoon, guys. And Trump is holding a speech at the World Economic, whatever the hell it is, guys. Dude, I've been stressing so much, guys. The World Economic Forum, guys. Get ready, because the storm is upon us.
My fellow Christian warriors, set yourselves apart from this corrupt generation. Be saints. That is the freedom that I wish for you. Freedom from sin. Freedom from our weaknesses. Freedom from the slavery that sin makes out of all of us. That is the freedom that is worth dying for. Kind of reminds me of the words that Mel Gibson first intoned in his Academy Award-winning film Braveheart, when he said to his ragtag army, and I say to you tonight, I see before me a whole army of my countrymen here in defiance of tyranny. You've come to fight as free men, and free men you are. What will you do without freedom? Will you fight? No! Yeah, fight, you may die. Run and you'll live. At least a while. Dying in your beds many years from now, would you have been willing to trade all the years from this day to that for one chance? Just one chance to come back here and tell our enemy, you can take our lives. You can never take our freedom. Every man dies. Not every man truly lives. We must fight for that authentic freedom and live, my friend. By God, we must live. And with the Holy Spirit as your shield and Christ as your sword, may you join Saint Michael and all the angels in defending God and sending Lucifer and his henchmen straight right back to hell where they belong. The storm is upon us. But not without Jesus, our rudder. And in the words of Reagan, evil is powerless if the good are unafraid. God bless you.
And God bless you, beautiful patrons. Thank you so much for joining us on this beautiful day, guys. Trump at the World Economic Forum, guys. Can you believe it? Let's get ready. Let me shout each and every one out because you know I love you. And let's play Hold the Line.
We're gonna
Okay, guys, let me pull in the chat. Be loud and be proud. Carmen, Dutch Warrior, great to see you. Acuna, True Seeker, CCC, Joe K, we love you. Manu, we love you guys. Thank you so much for joining us on YouTube.
I will be a president from
Little 51, Trucy, Daniel PW,
anger, resentment,
Colors, 1921, Bell
extremism,
Sands, Dick Tracy, Jay Tron,
lawlessness,
Miss Penny Black,
violence,
we love you, sister.
bitterness,
Rick Q,
no
I just
progress.
joined your Telegram
No nation.
channel, Rick.
Only a state
Awesome
of
stuff.
chaos.
Dick Tracy,
Don't piss
Lulu
down my
51,
back and tell
Jay
me
Tron,
it's
Elias Q. We're gonna hold the line. Fanbots for Hillary. Little Sister Brown, sister, we love you. UTT and Santa Fe Cade. We're gonna hold the line. Boom time.
We will be back in some form.
Webster
Too many of
55,
us
we love
think
you.
it is impossible.
That's Phyllis.
Too many think it is
God bless you, man.
unreal.
But that is
But
a
that
dangerous,
is a dangerous,
defeatist
defeatist
belief.
belief.
It leads to the conclusion that we are gripped by forces we cannot control. Ladies and gentlemen,
Ladies and gentlemen,
prepare for the Storm Mega. All right, guys, we have arrived. Let me put on the dig music and let me shout out Stradman Pigs, who just joined us on Rumble. Brother, we love you. Blues Breakers, Sassy Patriot, awesome to see you guys. Thank you so much for joining us on this last minute broadcast, guys. Trump has a special. He has a speech prepared for the World Economic Forum, guys. And if there's something we want to watch, it's something fresh from the knife, guys. So you came to the right place. Philly Girl 2010, great to see you. And again, without further ado, guys, let us introduce. And again, after the World Economic Forum, we're going to recap what is left over from the inauguration day, right? We did the inauguration speech. We did the speech that came afterwards. Then we have Cash Patel, Elon Musk, that famous Elon Musk speech. We got Dan Scavino and we have Cash Patel, right? Maybe a little Byron Donalds if we want to. And then we have another speech that Trump did later that evening. So we got a few nice ones after this World Economic Forum that just broke just moments ago, guys. So thank you so much for joining us. Again, without further ado, April 369. We love the number, by the way. The key to the universe, guys. April knows, guys. And again, without further ado, let us introduce, the two co-hosts whom with these shows are not possible, guys. All the way from the Pacific Coast, the man that never sleeps and that is born ready, the man in the middle and the man in the mirror, right? Mr. Lance on his epic quest. How you doing, my friend?
What's up, Grasshopper, Durfman, and to our beautiful chat, X, YouTube, of course, Rumble. You guys are amazing. I actually, I didn't get I never watched the last one that he did, right? Like, I seen it afterwards, of course, right? But I never seen it like live, like we're about to do right now.
All right.
You know what I mean? Like, I watched that speech, of course, like when Q found me, basically, then all that stuff starts to come into play, right? But it's exciting to watch this one. And look, this man doesn't sleep either, right? Like, he's been in office for what, 3 days? He's doing nonstop speeches. He's doing press conferences. He's at the WEF, right? Like, not actually there this time, right? Video conference. No. That's funny.
Like he doesn't even bother me. He's just delivering a message, guys. Like, I'm in control. I'm the boss of the world. I'm just gonna let you know what I'm going to do. Just gonna let you know what the cards are, and do with it what you want. And again, sorry for interrupting you. We do have a nice little clip that we want to play before the speech goes, because the World Economic Forum knows that they're effed, guys. Again, Les, I'm going to give you the mic. I love you, man.
That's what I was going to say too, Grass, right? Like your little clip there where they're like, and it's over for us. So like just that, just that short clip is interesting what they're saying too, right? Like, oh, he was dead, right? Like politically dead. Like he came back from the dead. Like just the stuff that they're saying is like, whoa, dude. You know what I mean? And then the Air Force released a video this morning with the C-17s.
I saw that. Yeah, good.
Oh man, that was a good video too, right? Like
I just saw the article.
Yeah, I watched the YouTube video, and my gosh, dude, the stuff that plane can do, like they went from 25,000 feet to 5,000 feet in 2 minutes. Just
out they go, guys.
Oh my gosh, that is. We might have to watch that one too if we can, right? Maybe later. We'll see if we get time or not. I got a little video I was working on too, but I was looking for some music that I just could not find for the life of me. Like I'm putting in the lyrics and everything else. It just, I couldn't find the song, right? So once I finally find the song I'm looking for, I'll make the damn video. But yeah, very exciting things to come. It's just been jam-packed since he got in, right? So very excited. We're not even, like I said, 3 days in already, and you got DEI employees that were laid off, right?
Bye now.
You got the Air Force saying they're working with Trump to deport people through C-17s. I don't know how many people you can fit on a C-17, but
it's a lot.
It's a lot.
It's a lot. If you put them horizontally, you can stick a like they had all these how do you say that, these contests, right? How many people they could put in a little mini, right? And they could fit like 20, 30 people in it. Well, if you can fit 20 people into a little mini, well, how many people can you fit in the C-17? That's a lot, man.
That's a lot.
Yeah. I think at least 1,000, man.
At least.
No, I think, let's be reasonable. I think 300 people at least, if not more.
Yeah, I don't know, man. They fit a lot of people. Like they load that thing with tanks, right? Like
yeah, but again, or they gotta have these extra levels in it, right? They have it's gonna be something like Con Air, right? Like
they install that's exactly what someone said when I posted that. They're like, oh, that's Con Air, huh? I was like, yeah. Install the seats.
Yeah. I saw that movie, by the way. Shortly, yeah.
Con Air is a good one.
Yeah.
So we got a lot of exciting things. Kevin posted this morning of them of Fox riding along with ICE, and they're wrapping people up already too in Boston. So
and again, we're not racist, right? Again, this is not like, when people start talking about deportation, right? It has like this bad aftertaste of, certain things that happened in the past. Trump has taken out undocumented, illegal people, right? Most of them who are criminals and from jails, right? So you got to take them away. They got to come in legally, right? That's all that we want. So again, for everybody, this is not, we're not racist here. We're, like when I go to America, I got to bring my passport and I got to fill in on a website, and it has to be checked, and I got to wait a few days before it to come back green, and when that is green to go, then I can book my ticket, make my way there. I got to show the code, I got to show my passport, and then I'm going to make my way in, right? There's no other way. Right. So again, I don't need to explain that to you guys, but again, just to re-emphasize, right? We're not racist. Like we are. This is all about the rule of law. And how unfair would it be, right, for other people who really want to come to America, and then somebody just skips the line, right? That is something
people that waited 10 years through our horrible. The system is horrible, right? To get people in. It needs to be fixed, right? But
yeah.
At the same time, you can't just walk across and be like, I'm here. Like, no, it doesn't work that way. That is illegal. You can't come into their country and the first act you commit is breaking the law. Like that's hello. If we went to any other country and did that, we'd be sitting in prison, right? Like with the quickness. So it's good to see the law in effect. I think like even the chat said, right? They got Marines, or they got sending people to the I want to say I seen the Marines going to the border. 1,500. I want to say it was like 1,500 Marines are going to the border along with the whole platoon, basically. He just labeled the cartel a terrorist organization, which means military is in full effect. Like there's no messing around now.
Oh, and think about, I'm just waiting for Trump to say something about Antifa, man. That will be, if he's going to declare that as a terrorist organization, guys, that will be fire, guys. Again, I'm not sure if he's going to do it. It's to be expected, right? But I'm just waiting on that day, guys. Ooh. I think when Trump is going to announce that, that's going to be the storm, guys. I'm gonna run to the store. I'm gonna get some money, and gonna get me some toilet paper. Like this is a joke, but like that's the first thing you're gonna buy, right? When shit hits the fan. But okay, Lance. Thank you so much for joining us again. We have to introduce somebody else, guys. Let us introduce the man that you all know as Mr. Butterboy. The man that knows without being told. Mr. 45, believe it or not. Heartbeats a minute. Do not let him tell you otherwise, guys. Mr. RQ Durfman. How are you doing, my friend?
I'm doing pretty good.
Awesome.
Sorry, give me a quick second. All right.
I can take
myself
the mic
up a little bit. No,
I can take the mic if you want to. Okay.
Yeah, I'm good. You guys can hear me well, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, good.
5 by 5.
All right, just making sure, because I've got my phone set up as well. That's usually where I keep an eye on the Zoom, and the computer is for the chats and for the incoming comms that could be dropped. Which just to say, we have had a few so shinies that dropped in the last few minutes.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay, please continue while I take a look at it.
Well, go for it. I think just to give you a heads up, we had the new POTUS account.
Yes, gotcha.
Okay, good.
And again, it's not scraping as of yet, right? But it's not scraping as of yet. So that's QRcast
look at that.
work on that.
It does say that the Scavino 47 account has been added.
Yes. So there's the
That's nice.
POTUS. Scavino 47. That's all good. But again, it's not scraping as of yet, which is not a problem. It takes time, guys. And there is Scavino 47 just scraping, guys. Okay. 1241. This is on the 23rd, guys. 123.
That's
Is it the
today.
23rd? Okay.
Yeah,
So that's a new one. Okay. 12.
Look at
All
that.
right.
Right on the nose.
All right, guys. We were telling everybody that we were going live at 11:55, right? No, 12:55. Okay, so that's awesome, guys. Just minutes before we went live. Scavino 47. Beautiful, guys. 1200. Okay, Durf. Say hello to the patrons before we head on with the World Economic Forum, guys.
Well, it's awesome to see you guys. We have, for me, it's all new names as far as YouTube is concerned, but it's good to see. Well, I know there's a few that I recognize, like Casey McKeon. I believe she was also on Rumble. We have For True Freedom USA. We have Betty, Philly Girl 2010, Miss Eagle,
All
888,
right.
Joe K, Washington Trials, who's backing me up
Yeah.
in Ontario, Canada, right? We've got, of course, Miss Penny covering the UK. Got a couple new names that I saw. There was Shamal over here. I don't know if that's a U.S. patriot or a worldwide patriot, but please let us know if you are overseas, because we definitely want to know. I also spotted, let's see, there was Peter Clash and Hydros 1.
Wow.
Yeah, we've got new names coming in every show, so it's good
And I
to see
think we
you
have to
guys.
shout out Rick Q, because Rick Q has been sending a few peeps over from his Telegram account. So everybody that was sent by Rick Q, we shout you out. Marilyn, we love you, sister. And again, Blues Breakers, UTTs, Little Sister Brown, the Near PW, Washington Trials, and Big John Q. You guys are awesome. While Durfman is saying hello, I'm going to look at the crumbs over here. So pay attention, guys. Please continue.
I see Elias Q. So we've got Portugal. That's covered. And who else? Oh, we have Trucy, so got some more Dutch patriots. I think, did I see Jordy? I might have maybe heard Jordy. Patriot Joe, good to see you. Forsav, Don333. It's always good to see you guys. You know, people that have been with us from the start, which is, again, it's about 17 months ago that we started, right? I haven't had a chance to really do the full, I haven't gone on the date calculator, but we're just about the 17-month mark. So,
17 months in, guys. And again, I see that Trump is posting on Truth a meme that we saw on Twitter, guys. So I'm trying to find that one. There it is, guys. There it is. It's a truth. So two truths, 2 days separated from one another. This one is spotted exactly at 1200, and this one is at 14, guys. So we might have a nice little gap code in between, guys. But before we do that, guys.
Well, I was going to say, let me just grab that right quick.
So there it is. You need a screenshot?
No, I was just, if you go back to that tab, or did you close it?
No, I got both of them. Oh, you want me to put them side by side like that? Oh, shit. Oh, wait. Oh, my God. Okay. Shit. There it is. Okay. There you go, brother.
So
These frustrated and Eagle 88. We love you guys. And again, guys, let's have a little listen to what Trump said during Let me put this one in here. Let me open up a new tab. Like that. All right. So let's listen to what the World Economic Forum was saying
Trump
today.
has done something no person in the world has.
And shout out to Trucy, right? Because I never watch clips, guys. You know, I'm too busy decoding. So again, Trucy sent me this clip, and I had a little look at it, and I really liked what I saw.
Trump has done something no person in the world has ever done before. A dead man, a dead politician, has risen. Somebody who if we were 4 years ago at Davos, he's buried, dead politically, known to me. He's now returned. This is the greatest comeback in political history of a politician. And then, therefore, he thinks he can do anything.
We need to also factor in not only who's won, which is Trump, but who's lost, which is to say us.
Boom,
Trump,
guys. Let's listen to that one more time.
Has done something.
But who's lost, which is to say us, which is who's won, which is Trump, but who's lost, which is to say us. And not only who's won, which is Trump, but who's lost, which is to say us.
Okay, guys. Boom, boom, boom time. So it's
Hey, Graf.
getting there, guys. Yes, Lance.
And the part where he said 4 years ago in Davos he was a dead man.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
What was his speech to them last time he was there?
Mm-hmm.
F you, America
Yes.
first.
Yeah.
Go back just a little bit, just so I want to hear that again. Because like
Yes.
that guy, he says some stuff that's very interesting the way he says it, right?
Yeah, he was politically dead, right? And he's risen from the dead, right?
Trump
Even
has
said he's
done
a dead
something
man.
no person
Watch.
in the world has ever done before. A dead man, a dead politician,
A dead
has
man,
risen.
a dead politician.
And
Somebody who if we were 4 years ago at Davos, he's buried, dead politically, known to me. He's now
Buried.
returned. This is the greatest comeback in political history.
greatest comeback, guys. Re-risen, guys, like a phoenix rising up from the ashes, guys. So, and this is the conclusion that they're saying Trump didn't just win, but we also have to understand that we lost. You know? This is the World Economic Forum. You know?
Like no one was even there.
Like Rothschild was saying, I don't care who makes the law. Make me print the money, you know, and I make the law, right? So that's how it works, you know? So the World Economic Forum is making sure that countries do what they want, right? So now that the World Economic Forum is saying we lost, showing you that there's a different director in the world, guys. So without further ado, let us just, because I can show you a few decodes that are really mind-blowing, guys, but let's just go and see what Trump says, guys, because we found a link that is showing timestamps, guys. So are you ready to see, or do you want to see the crumbs first? Because I can scroll a little bit. I did a few decodes. If you want to see the decodes first, drop a 17. If you want to go straight up into the World Economic Forum speech of Donald J. Trump, President POTUS 47, drop a 5x5. So 5x5 for the Trump speech, you know, of the World Economic Forum. Drop a 17 if you want to see a few really nice decodes, guys. But I think you guys want to see. You want to see the 5x5, right? Okay, you guys want to see the speech, guys. So let me see what is coming in. The Earthman is saying drops 17 and 5x5s for the speech, guys. I got the speech already ready, guys. Okay, 5x5, Q17, 5x5. Okay, guys. Again, I think that the speech is winning, guys. Let's see. It's just a 14-minute speech, guys. So let's get ready. Oh, wait. The speech is 14 minutes and 28 seconds.
Yeah.
That is interesting, guys, because, you know, 14 is that beautiful drop, right? 14 and 28 is military intelligence. But let me see what 1428 is. 1428. Okay. Rotation. Okay. Towards the camera. Okay. I don't know what that is. But again, drop 14 is showing you the plan in action, right? What must be completed to engage military intelligence over the three-letter agencies, and what must occur to allow for civilian trials, right? And again, what is that drop again? Regarding chain top-down communication, top-down comms. Let me see if it pulls it up, guys. I should make a note of that drop, guys. Durfman should not participate in the conversation. Which drop is that again?
I am not sure. I'm on Q alerts.
Should not be conversation. Wait a minute. Okay, so there it is. It is drop 725. Durfman, maybe you can make a note of that, so I won't forget. Drop 725 is a beautiful drop, guys. And again, that brings you to the World Economic Forum again, because this drop is saying, those who cannot understand, we cannot just simply start arresting, right? We're showing you like what must occur to allow for civilian trials and what must be completed to engage military intelligence over the other three-letter agencies, right? What must occur to allow for civilian trials? Well, if you read drop 725, it's saying those who cannot understand, we cannot just start arresting people without first ensuring the safety and well-being of the population, shifting the narrative, removing those in DC through resignations, which is happening right now, to ensure success, defeating ISIS and MS-13, to prevent fail-safes, freezing assets, and remove network-to-network abilities, kill off the chain of command and top-down communications. If you don't understand that, right, you should not be participating in the conversation, right? So again, so these things need to happen first for the arrest to happen, right? So there is drop 14, you know, the length of this clip, 14 minutes, 28 seconds. What must occur to allow for civilian trials? You know, was Trump asked to run for president? And did good guys prevent the rigging, right? So this is showing you that Trump is always 5 steps ahead, and that the military and the Marines are key to Trump's success, guys. We already see the National Guard and the Marines being deployed at the southern border. That links to the crumbs that Catherine Herridge, who is in Gitmo, is already putting out there again. So a lot of great things are happening. The 28 is bringing us to drop 28, of course, the minutes of this length. 28, that is showing you military intelligence, right? What must be completed to engage military intelligence over the three-letter agencies? As saying Trump has military intelligence infiltrate Antifa and all the certain local governments. Is this why Trump is always 5 steps ahead? And this anon is asking, please be true. Then Q comes back and confirms, well done, Patriot. Picture is being painted, right? So Trump already, you know, had military intelligence infiltrate all the certain local governments. And that brings you back to drop 14, where it says, when Trump won the election, why did he form a panel to investigate, right? So let me see where it is. So was the election supposed to be rigged of 2016? Did good guys prevent the rigging? And why did POTUS form a panel to investigate, right? So they could actually install at key elements people to, you know, military intelligence to witness everything happening, guys, to ensure success in 2024. Again, great to see that these things are all lining up. And now, without further ado, you know, let's listen what Bossman has to say on.
Hey, Grass.
Yes.
So the Delta for yesterday, dude, 3782.
3782? 3782. Yesterday's Delta, guys. All right, the Marine Castle Clean. Nice one.
Mm-hmm.
And then there was one more that I wanted to look at that it was a Delta for yesterday, 586.
586.
Oh, why am I looking at yesterday? It's today. I don't know why I'm looking at yesterday's.
I don't know.
This
As
was
the world
today.
turns. This was yesterday, guys.
This was today.
Yesterday.
This
Okay,
was today.
guys. Those
Yesterday.
good who know cannot sleep, cannot find peace. Those good who know will not rest until those responsible are held accountable, guys. Okay, guys. Thank you so much for those beautiful drops, Lance. Let's go.
And that's my bad. For some reason, I was in yesterday's deltas. I don't
No
know
worries,
why.
man. Why? Tell him that it's human nature. Okay, guys. So let's see what Trump has to say, guys. And maybe we do want to see their heads, how they react to what Trump is saying, right? Maybe that's a nice thing. Let's go here. Yeah, that makes it a little. Let's put it over here. We don't need to. Oh, that's that dude, man. Okay, guys, let's see. Let me just pop in the screen whenever necessary, and let's pay attention to these puppets. Let's see how they react. Are you guys ready? Big shout out to Patricia Murray, Eagle 88, XZ Rob, and Joe K. Sister, we love you. Miss Penny Black, Ted Phyllis, Ellie K. Patton, Fanbots for Hillary, and My Diets. Let everybody know we're live, guys. Big shout out to everybody watching on Twitter, YouTube, and Rumble, and Pill.net. And let's start the show, guys. 40 minutes of glorious Trump. POTUS 47. Yes, there. Or Lance, who was
There
that?
is a delta today that's at 11:32. So I think
Okay.
it's past, right? That's 2 minutes past, it looks like, when that actually ends.
Okay,
But
11:32.
3786.
3786.
Mhm.
3786. Let's have a look. Ooh, congratulations, UK Patriot. Independence is a beautiful thing. Globalism is dead.
Yeah.
Wow, that's a good one. The Trump made a speech right before the 5-year delta of today. So today, 5-year delta is saying congratulations to the UK region, even, Europe. Independence is a beautiful thing. Globalism is dead. And Trump is speaking at the World Economic Forum. So again,
Shout
let's
out
have
to
a little...
our UK Patriots, because we got a lot in the chat.
Shout out to UK's Patriot Steve and Miss Penny Black, sister. We love you.
I should say chats.
Yes. We love you guys. Glenn, Banksy17, great to see you. And Miss Penny Black, we love you to the moon and back. Let's have a little look, guys. Let's pull this one up. And here we go. Okay, guys. Let's go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Shamal, we love you.
Boom time.
Boom time.
Ladies and gentlemen,
There is
the
3 stars
President
behind him, though.
of the United States, Donald J. Trump.
So let me just see, guys. This is 6 minutes past the hour. Let me see how much that is in Eastern time. It's 11:06. So this is 11:06 when Trump is about to speak. He's being announced at 11:06. So let's see what 11:06 is saying.
By the guy that
President
nobody likes.
Donald J. Trump. Donald J. Trump.
Donald J.
Donald J.
Zay.
Trump. Trust POTUS, guys. Okay.
Clown report must be verified.
Okay. There it is, guys. Trust POTUS. Trump is speaking at the World Economic Forum, while the Delta is saying globalism is dead. Delta, globalism is dead, and Trump is being announced with the Trust POTUS timestamp of 11:06.
I mean, look what that drop is saying too. Look, it's mentioning Israel and Gaza. This was right because that, of course, that's been going on forever. But you see where it says military assets on the ground locked out of Gaza. Israel strike harmed ability to prove events. Clown report must be verified. Troop unwind to still occur. Have faith, trust POTUS. See, I love how these drops, like, we actually have our POTUS back, right? Like, so these drops, the last, right? Doing the shows, like, every time it was POTUS, I'm like, because POTUS at that time, right? I guess depending on how you looked at it, was jackass. So now that we actually have POTUS back in play, and these are all what, 5-year deltas, 6-year deltas,
Yeah, 6-year deltas.
7-year
No,
deltas,
7-year deltas.
5, 6, 7. Yeah, we're at 7-year deltas right now, right?
Yep.
And
7
basically
years
the
ahead of
same
schedule, guys.
the same things are happening, right? Because we just seen Syria fall, right? Like their whole leadership just got taken over, right?
Yep.
That was just what, 2 months ago? Last month?
Mm-hmm.
Hold until conference. Well, what is this? Conference.
And again, shout out to Leo, real Dutch patriot, World Economic Schorum. Okay, yeah. So Schorum, that is it's a Dutch word for it's not a Dutch. I think it's even a Jewish word. But again, Schorum is I'm not sure if that's Jewish, but it's like a scum of the earth, right? It's like scum, you know.
That reminds me of scrotum.
Yeah, no, it's not scrotum.
That's what it made
no,
me think of.
You know, scrotum is way better than schorum. It's more like a dirt or, like a waste, The
Scum of
World
the earth.
Economic Schorum, is like bastards or like crooks, right? Schorum. It's like crooks, bad people. Okay, guys. So let's see what Trump has to say. POTUS 47 at the World Economic Forum.
Oh,
While the
and you
Deltas
guys-
are saying globalism is dead. Born again B sister, we love you. Giants for breakfast. Yes, Jenna Franklin, great to see you. Lance, go ahead.
The only reason why we're doing a different stream than RSBN is just to be safe on the tube.
RSBN hasn't streamed this. I looked at RSBN, it didn't have to stream.
Right. But
Yeah.
I'm just saying, just to be safe too, right? Like,
Mm-hmm.
because RSBN is still live right now. So they've stayed live since Trump got elected, right?
Yeah, oh, really?
I think Deflusher did send me one, but it was in X.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, but this has the timestamps, right? So that's awesome. Again, the Delta of today is saying globalism end, while Donald Trump is speaking at the World Economic Forum. He's going to give them the death blow, guys. So let's have a little listen to what POTUS 47 has to say.
Well,
And Trump speaks exactly at 11:07, guys. When it hit,
17?
look at this, guys. You see the numbers over here. 9:06. This is 11:06. This is Mountain Time, right? So this is 11:06 Eastern Standard Time. This is the time that Q is always looking at, right? 11:06. And when it hits 11:07, the tapes start rolling. Look at the time. Boom, there it is. 9:07 Mountain Time, 11:07 Eastern Standard Time. At 11:07, Trump starts speaking. So let's see, 11:07. Oops, let's go. 11:07. Okay. Suspect. Okay, guys. But again, interesting that Trump is speaking at 11:07.
Well, thank you very much, Klaus, and hello to everyone in beautiful Davos. This has been a truly historic week in the United States. 3 days ago, I took the oath of office, and we began the golden age of America. The recent
Just to let you know,
presidential
guys,
election was won by millions of
rubbing it
votes
in.
in all seven, every one of them, all seven swing states. It was a massive mandate from the American people like hasn't been seen in many years, and some of the political pundits, even some of my so-called enemies, said it was the most consequential election victory in 129 years. That's quite nice. What the world has witnessed in the past 72 hours is nothing less than a revolution of common sense.
And again, guys, he's using a lot of 72s, right? When he was doing his inauguration, he was saying, yeah, it's a nice 72 degrees, right? Now he's saying 72 hours. Don't you think that's remarkable? Why would he always use the number 72? Let us take a look, right? We already did during his inauguration, but there's the 72 again. Okay, so very smart anon. Asia and Europe, guys. Saudi Arabia is primary, US is secondary. It talks about the world, right? All right. The phrasing is not making sense, right? But again, it talks about disinformation is real, distractions are necessary, because we're talking about global events, guys. So it's talking about the 72 again, the Alice in Wonderland, human trafficking, Hillary Clinton, and Saudi Arabia, and this whole triangle of things, right? That all trickles down to the EU, you know? So that's interesting, guys. 72 again. There's your 72. And then I'll say, wait, wait, wait. Right? Like us, you know? Okay. You have the families that run everything, and Trump taking one out. Was one of them this Saudi family? Seriously, right? Because that makes this all a happening. And Q is saying very smart on this is a serious happening. He talks about number 72, right? Talks about disinformation and distractions, but again, it talks about global events. And this is the World Economic Forum, guys. He talked about drop number 129. I saw 129 come up. That talks about closing it, guys. Let's rewind a little bit, guys.
Even some of my seeing states. There was a mass.
So, yeah, so there's a little 17 action, right? He's saying seven, all seven, one of them, right? All seven, not one of them, but all seven. So there's a nice little 17 mirror happening. Well done, Lance. And then he talks about 129. I'll show you.
Massive mandate from the American people like hasn't been seen in many years, and some of the political pundits, even some of my so-called enemies, said it was the most consequential election victory in 129 years. That's quite nice.
There you go. There it is, guys. In 129 years, I was waiting for the the subtitles to kick in. You know, the AI subtitles, guys, from YouTube. Shout out to YouTube. But again, 129, guys. 129 is showing you closing act. We showed you this 72 was talking about the big happenings on a worldwide scale, right? Trump taking out those families that run the world. Saudi Arabia was one of them. If this is true, this is making this a big happening. Like I showed you, when you control the world's money flow, you control everything, guys. And Q is saying very smart and on. We're talking about global events, guys. Saudi Arabia is primary, US is secondary, Asia and Europe, guys. Because Saudi Arabia was the sugar daddy, you know, financing everything, you know, making sure that the political hub of the world, which equals to United States, right? You know, with their big army, was doing, you know, all the cleanup work, right? If they want to have some oil in Iraq, they would just create something in the news. They let a few towers down, you know, shock America, and then America would attack that region, you know, and they would get the oil, right? This is how they would do it. You know, and America was almost like the sheepdog, right, of the world. And so this is how it would all work, this whole military industrial complex. And no more, guys. America first now. You know, it's interesting that he talks about the 72 and the 129, which brings us to closing act. Dismantled, impossible to clean, operations by no such agency, which equals the Q group, guys. So interesting that Trump speaks at 11:07, a beautiful 11:07. He mentions 129 closing act, and he mentions 72 hours. Before he was mentioning 72 degrees, which talks about taking on those corrupt families that run the world. And this is it, guys. Global events, closing act. You see what Trump is saying here? The closing act of global events, guys. He's talking at the World Economic Forum, and he's giving them a death blow. Again,
And he said, "My enemies."
Yes.
If you
Yes,
go back
Durf.
just a little bit, if you go back just a little bit, he does say it was the most consequent right before this, he says my enemies, right? Even said
Yes.
it was the most
Yes.
political
My
pundits,
so-called
even my
enemies.
so-called enemies. Yeah.
Yeah. The political pundits and even some of my so-called enemies, that it was the most consequential, of course, because this election equals the closing act, guys. This is it. This is the final countdown. Operations by no such agency, closing act. There it is, guys. The families that won the world, and Trump taking them out, right? Big happening. Very smart anon. World events, guys. There it is. Again, Durf, you had something?
Yeah, a couple of things. First, just very quickly, want to piggyback when you were talking about, how they would, when they need some oil, they just shock America, send the military over to some country. I just want to say, guys, if you haven't read this book called Confessions of an Economic Hitman,
Oh, yes.
that book, boy, that book, was kind of a seminal moment for me in a way. I had already, I was years into playing reggae and getting, getting some info from Bob. I was into Bill Hicks and George Carlin, and yeah, accumulating stuff there. And it was right around the time where George Bush got a second presidency. So, when I read that book and the follow-up book to it, which I don't remember its name right now, but that one was pretty good too. But Confessions of an Economic Hitman, it gets into how that stuff comes about. They, anyway, I don't want to get into that. As far as the 72 is concerned,
You can YouTube it, I guess, right? Like there are many interviews with that guy, right? I think Project yeah, so there's a lot of interviews with that dude, right? So if you type it in on YouTube, you might see a lot of interviews with the guy. So if you don't want to get the book, you just listen to a few of his interviews. That will get you up to speed. And again, reading the book gives you so much more info. But yes, awesome information. Yes.
Yeah, it gets into really detailed stuff, and boy, that yeah, like I said, it was for me, it was a turning point into me becoming a conspiracy theorist, right? Anyways,
Yeah, well, conspiracy realist, or
well, that definitely
it's not a theory anymore, guys.
Oh yeah,
it's the dark truth, guys. And
yeah, I mean, and the realism of it is what's the term is conspiracy, right? It's to conspire.
Yeah.
And you're going to tell me that there aren't people conspiring, that there aren't families conspiring? Come on. We all know at this point, it's a term that was used in the 60s to try to stray people from looking into the JFK murder. We know better now, right? But one thing I wanted to say about the 72, we had Jenny A. Franklin, a fellow Canuck, who mentioned in the chat that 72 is a banking term, like a 72-hour clause to cancel a contract legally.
Yes.
So that I thought that was interesting.
Interesting.
So again,
Elias,
72 is a banking term, 72-hour clause to cancel a contract legally. Yeah. I mean, it could be related in some ways. So
absolutely. Shout out to Gypsy Jane, New Zealand in the house. We love you, sister. Thank you so much for joining us. Elstance is with us. Elias 117 and Jamie WV, guys. Big shout out to you. We love you, sister. And again, RJ61 is with us. And again, let us recap. Durf, you got anything?
No. That was it. I just wanted to say the 72 I thought was interesting.
Yeah, so Jamie WV is talking about John Perkins' book, ? So
yes, the John Perkins book. Yes.
Okay, Jamie, you got it. You're on track, sister. We love you. And again, I love it to see. And Brainstorm 45 is with us. How you doing, my friend? And Real Newshead, awesome to see you. On My Way is with us. We love you guys. And again, it's great to see your intellect, guys. How much you guys know. And again, it's great to have you with us in the show. It's such an honor, guys, because we're just guys speaking in the mic, and we have legends among us, guys, in the chat. And Solu777, great to see you. And again, M Eagles, we love you. XE Rob. Again, let's go back just a little bit to show you that Trump started in 1107, then talks about his so-called enemies in the last 129 years, that talks about the Closing Act, and mentioning 72, that talks about taking out the families that run the world. And again, it shows you world events, that the side of the pyramids are coming down. Saudi Arabia was that first side. US is secondary, and then the whole world comes with it, right? So again, to see this happen, that Trump talks at the World Economic Forum, mentioning 129 and 72, the world is going down, guys. It's going to change in a good way, right? They have been exposed with COVID. They have shown their true face, and the world is now saying, why is nothing being done? The world is now ready for change. Do you understand? So much so that they try to paint Elon Musk as a Nazi, right? They want to paint Trump as some kind of whatever, right? They want to paint it because they know change is coming. And the only thing they can do is, get in front of the story.
Nazis.
Yeah, that's what they do. Anti-Semitic, Nazis, whatever, And again, we're all about change. We're all about transparency and accountability. And it's coming, guys. The World Economic Forum already said we lost. Trump won in a victorious way. And Trump is speaking at 11:07. There it is, guys. Let me just show you. 11:07, Trump, 11:07, Trump starts speaking at Davos, guys, while he mentions, the golden age, 129, Closing Act, 72, world events, the families are being taken out who are controlling the world, guys. This is making this an incredible big happening. And the World Economic Forum already said, we lost, Trump won. And again, let's pick up from that moment, guys. And again, thank you all so much for joining us. Jax, we love you. Lori Lash. And again, Joe K, shout out to you. First prize. And again, guys, let's listen to Donald J. Trump, POTUS 47.
Oath of office, and we truly very much. Well, thank you very much, Klaus, and hello to everyone in beautiful Davos. This has been a truly historic week in the United States.
And again, think about the Delta, right? The Delta is globalism and Trump is mentioning 129 Closing Act. So globalism and Closing Act. And those families, the worldwide events are coming down. The sides of the pyramids are coming down. And those families controlling the world are no longer in control, guys. Do you understand? Globalism and Closing Act. End of their reign. Big happening. Global events, right? So let's pick up from here.
3 days ago, I took the oath of office and we began the golden age of America. The recent presidential election was won by millions of votes, and all seven, every one of them, all seven swing states.
So there is a 717, right? All seven, one of them, seven. So 717, what is that? 717. Okay. Public, FBI, DOJ, White House, and ST. Private, clowns. Expand your thinking. Okay, so a little mirrored 17 that Trump is doing here.
It was a massive mandate from the American people like hasn't been seen in many years. And some of the political pundits, even some of my so-called enemies, said it was the most consequential election victory in 129 years. That's quite nice. What the world has witnessed in the past 72 hours is nothing less than a revolution of common sense. Our country...
A revolution of common sense, guys. 72. Families taken out. Big events. Smart. worldwide events, guys. 72. A revolution of common sense, guys. Trump is on fire, guys.
Will soon be stronger, wealthier, and more united than ever before, and the entire planet will be more peaceful and prosperous as a result of this incredible momentum and what we're doing and going to do. My administration is acting with unprecedented.
And there it is, guys. 11:08, like clockwork, you have been prepared, guys. Globalism is dead. Closing act. Families are being taken out. The whole power structure of the enemy is taken out. And there it says, like clockwork, you have been prepared. Do you understand why he is starting at 11:07? You know, mentioning 129, mentioning 72, and then at 11:08, saying, like clockwork, you have been prepared. Boom. This is wild, right? Okay, guys, let's continue. Art, we love you, man. Ulrich, enjoyed the show. I love you, man. Dude, I have to see you, my friend. I'm so sorry.
Speed to fix the disasters we've inherited from a totally inept group of people and to solve every single crisis facing our country.
Inept group
This
of
begins
people.
with confronting the economic chaos caused by the failed policies of the last administration. Over the past 4 years, our government racked up $8 trillion in wasteful deficit spending and inflicted nation-wrecking energy restrictions, crippling regulations, and hidden taxes like never before. The result is the worst inflation crisis in modern history and sky-high interest rates for our citizens and even throughout the world. Food prices and the price of almost every other thing known to mankind went through the roof. President Biden totally lost control of what was going on in our country, but in particular with our high inflation economy and at our border. Because of these ruinous policies, total government spending this year is $1.5 trillion higher than was projected to occur when I left office just 4 years ago. Likewise, the cost of servicing the debt is more than 230% higher than was projected in 20.
Wait a minute. 1.5.
Because of these ruinous policies, total government spending this year is $1.5 trillion higher than was projected to occur when I left office just 4 years ago. Likewise, the cost of servicing the debt is more than 230% higher than was projected in 2020. The inflation rate we are inheriting remains 50% higher than the historic target. It was the highest inflation probably in the history of our country. That's why from the moment I took office, I've taken rapid action to reverse each and every one of these radical left policies that created this calamity, in particular with immigration, crime, and inflation. On day one, I signed an executive order directing every member of my cabinet to marshal all powers at their disposal to defeat inflation and reduce the cost of daily life. I imposed a federal hiring freeze, a federal regulation freeze, a foreign aid freeze, and I created the new Department of Government Efficiency. I terminated the ridiculous and incredibly wasteful Green New Deal.
Didn't he just talk about, wait a minute.
That created this calamity, in particular with immigration, crime.
Immigration and crime, right? This drop, 11:09, where we said, right? Today, this is at 11:09, right? 11:09 a.m. 11:09 talks about a weekly address by POTUS, guys. POTUS, and if you look at the tweet of POTUS, of Trump, it talks about the borders, right? Security at the borders. While he's talking about the immigration policies, right? The calamity regarding the immigration policy. And this is talking about the borders at 11:09, a POTUS weekly address, right? Interesting.
Crime and inflation. On day one, I signed an executive order directing every member of my cabinet to marshal all powers at their disposal to defeat inflation and reduce the cost of daily life. I imposed a federal hiring freeze, a federal regulation freeze, a foreign aid freeze, and I created the new Department of Government Efficiency. I terminated the ridiculous and incredibly wasteful Green New Deal. I call it the Green New Scam. Withdrew from the one-sided Paris Climate Accord and ended the insane and costly electric vehicle mandate. We're going to let people buy the car they want to buy. I declared a national energy emergency, and that's so important, national energy emergency to unlock the liquid gold under our feet and pave the way for rapid approvals of new energy infrastructure. The United States has the largest amount of oil and gas of any country on earth, and we're going to use it. Not only will this reduce the cost of virtually all goods and services, it'll make the United States a manufacturing superpower and the world capital of artificial intelligence and crypto. My administration has also begun the largest deregulation campaign in history, far exceeding even the record-setting efforts of my last term. In total, the Biden administration imposed $50,000 in additional regulatory costs on the average American household over the last 4 years. I have promised to eliminate 10 old regulations for every new regulation, which will soon put many thousands of dollars back in the pockets of American families. To further unleash our economy, our majorities in the House and Senate, which we also took along with the presidency, are going to pass the largest tax cut in American history, including massive tax cuts for workers and family, and big tax cuts for domestic producers and manufacturers. And we're working with the Democrats on getting an extension of the original Trump tax cuts, as you probably know, by just reading any paper. My message to every business in the world is very simple. Come make your product in America, and we will give you among the lowest taxes of any nation on earth. We're bringing them down very substantially, even from the original Trump tax cuts. But if you don't make your product in America, which is your prerogative, then very simply you will have to pay a tariff, differing amounts, but a tariff which will direct hundreds of billions of dollars and even trillions of dollars into our treasury to strengthen our economy and pay down debt. Under the Trump administration, there will be no better place on earth to create jobs, build factories, or grow a company than right here in the good old USA. Already Americans' economic, you can see this, I think, maybe even in your wonderful, wonderful room that you're all gathered together, so many of my friends, but Americans, the economic confidence is soaring like we haven't seen in many, many decades, maybe not at all. Upon my election, it was just announced that small business optimism skyrocketed by 41 points in a single month. That's the highest ever. There's never been anything like that. SoftBank has announced between a $100 and $200 billion investment in the U.S. economy because of the election result. And just 2 days ago, Oracle, SoftBank, and OpenAI announced a $500 billion investment in AI infrastructure. Other companies likewise have announced billions and billions and billions, adding up to trillions of investment in America, in the United States. And it's also reported today in the papers that Saudi Arabia will be investing at least 600.
Sorry?
Oh, he said they donated 500 million.
Okay.
Yeah.
500. All right. Fire and Fury. Commands live. Commands, codes, command action. Okay, guys. POTUS 41020 DJT. Fire and Fury going live, guys. And he talks about the start, right? He talks about the start of everybody investing in America. It's already beginning, guys. It's already beginning. People are chiming in. 1113 talks about the start. Learn our comms.
$100 billion in America, but I'll be asking the Crown Prince, who's a fantastic guy,
billion.
to round it out to around 1 trillion. I think they'll do that because we've been very good to them. And I'm also going to ask Saudi Arabia and OPEC to bring down the cost of oil. You got to bring it down, which frankly, I'm surprised they didn't do before the election. That didn't show a lot of love by them not doing it. I was a little surprised by that. If the price came down, the Russia-Ukraine war would end immediately. Right now, the price is high enough that that war will continue. You got to bring down the oil price. You got to end that war. They should have done it long ago. They're very responsible, actually, to a certain extent, for what's taking place. Millions of lives are being lost. With oil prices going down, I'll demand that interest rates drop immediately, and likewise, they should be dropping all over the world. Interest rates should follow us. All over, the progress that you're seeing is happening because of our historic victory in a recent presidential election, one that has become quite well known throughout the world. I think a lot of things are happening to a lot of.
And again, guys, let me just reread drop 1114 for the new arrivals among us, right? Because I think this is important for people to understand. Q cannot just disclose specifics about situations or operations without violating security protocols. Instead, Q is dropping questions and statements that leads to answers that can be understood once the subject becomes public. This provides validation necessary for the public to believe the Great Awakening is legit and that Q is real, guys. It talks about Saudi Arabia that he just talked about, right? So interesting that 1114, it talks about Saudi Arabia. Drops regarding Saudi Arabia, guys.
Yep.
All of this is accomplished without giving up specific details about operations, and that is quite genius, guys. So again, big shout out to the Q team. And again, we know that Trump is 117% aligned with the Q drops, guys. He's behind that project. He's been asked by them to run for president. He's been playing Where We Go One, We Go All soundtracks while he's saying we are a nation in decline, bringing us back to drop 4461, right? And again, you all know what that means, right? So look up drop 4461, showing us the plan, like drop 14 is saying as well, guys. So again, beautiful that at 1114, Trump is talking about the king of Saudi Arabia and showing us how Q is going about it, right? National security laws, they have to go around it, asking us questions, letting the analysts do the research, and then when they found something that is correct, they confirm it. And when the news breaks, the news that unlocks the map, we can understand what has been happening. And many times have we seen that these news articles come out at exact deltas where Q 2 years before, 3 years before was talking about that specific event happening, right?
Yeah, a lot of them last year were 4-year deltas, right?
Yes.
A lot of them.
Absolutely. Yes,
4 and 5-year deltas. Crazy.
Mm-hmm. So again, Jenna Franklin, sister, we love you. God wins. Absolutely. Eagles, we love you. Patsy Pages, Born Again B, Go Lafayette, Glenn, and Madias, Jody, Lori Lash, we love you guys. Let's continue. And again, sometimes, we have a few new arrivals among us on YouTube from the Rick Q Telegram channel, guys. So again, Rick, we love you. Subscribe to Rick's Telegram account. And again, Rick, when you drop your link in the chat, when I click it, it doesn't really work. So maybe you want to, maybe there's something wrong. But again, I had to manually type it in on Telegram to find you again. So maybe there's something wrong with the link. But again, brother, we love you. Thank you so much for your support. For everybody, let's go back to Donald J. Trump, who's speaking at the World Economic Forum.
It's happening because of our history.
Yes.
So, if you do the mirror 311 when it was just like a minute ago,
yeah,
because he was talking about 200, 300.
3111.
Yep.
Gotcha.
So he was talking about 200, 300 million, I think. And if you look at the link, it says 250 mil, which is right in the middle, right?
Absolutely, yeah. Nice one.
But the strike will be fast, right? Let's keep playing.
Absolutely.
That's the one, right? You were warned.
Yeah.
WEF.
The strike will be fast, guys. Absolutely, guys. It was so fast that nobody saw it, guys. All of a sudden, Elon bought Twitter and he bought a crime scene, guys. And now he's using that information to clean up the United States of America and the rest of the world, guys. So let's go back a little bit and let's see Trump talk about Saudi Arabia while we know drop 1114 talks specifically regarding Saudi Arabia. One of those Q proofs where Q was talking about the arrest and the arrest happened in Saudi Arabia before the event happened, right? So let's go back.
Historic Actually, the price is high enough that that war will continue. You got to bring down the oil price. You got to end that war. They should have done it long ago. They're very responsible, actually, to a certain extent, for what's taking place. Millions of lives are being lost. With oil prices going down, I'll demand that interest rates drop immediately, and likewise, they should be dropping all over the world. Interest rates should follow us. All over, the progress that you're seeing is happening because of our historic victory in a recent presidential election.
Sorry?
Did you hear that, Grass?
What?
He said it twice. The prices should be dropping.
Okay.
And you even have it highlighted right now. The SA drop.
Okay. Nice
Pink
one.
SA drops.
Yeah, he mentioned it twice, and he talked about Saudi Arabia, right?
Yep.
Interesting.
One that has become quite well known throughout the world. I think a lot of things are happening to a lot of countries. They say that there's light shining all over the world since the election, and even countries that we aren't particularly friendly with are happy because they understand what there is a future and how great the future will be under our leadership. America is back and open for business. And this week, I'm also taking swift action to stop the invasion at our southern border. They allowed people to come in at levels that nobody's ever seen before. It was ridiculous. I decided and declared to do, and very, very importantly, a national emergency on our border, immediately halted all entry of illegal border crossers, of which there were many, and began promptly returning the illegal trespassers back to the place from which they came. That action, as you've probably seen, has already started very strongly. I've deployed active duty U.S. military and National Guard troops to the border to assist in repelling the invasion. It was really an invasion. We will not allow our territory to be violated. After 4 long years, the United States is strong and sovereign and a beautiful nation once again. It's a strong, sovereign nation. In addition, I'm pleased to report that America is also a free nation once again. On day one, I signed an executive order to stop all government censorship. No longer will our government label the speech of our own citizens as misinformation or disinformation, which are the favorite words of censors and those who wish to stop the free exchange of ideas and, frankly, progress. We have saved free speech in America, and we've saved it strongly. With another historic executive order this week, I also ended the weaponization of law enforcement against the American people and, frankly, against politicians, and restored the fair, equal, and impartial rule of law. My administration has taken action to abolish all discriminatory diversity, equity, and inclusion nonsense, and these are policies that were absolute nonsense throughout the government and the private sector. With the recent yet somewhat unexpected great Supreme Court decision just made, America will once again become a merit-based country. You have to hear that word, merit-based country. And I've made it official, an official policy of the United States, that there are only 2 genders, male and female. And we will have no men participating in women's sports, and transgender operations, which became the rage, will occur very rarely. Finally, as we restore common sense in America, we're moving quickly to bring back strength and peace and stability abroad. I'm also going to ask all NATO nations to increase defense spending to 5% of GDP, which is what it should have been years ago. It was only at 2%, and most nations didn't pay until I came along. I insisted that they pay, and they did, because the United States was really paying the difference at that time.
Yes, sir.
He said 5. Go to drop 5. Because right now he's talking about them paying.
All right. Follow the money, guys. Absolutely, guys. That's a good one. It talks about follow the money. It talks about all these slush funds from John McCain, Pelosi, Soros, and Maxine Waters, I believe, right? Or Clinton's, the Canadian Prime Minister. Again, could people pay such gangs? Oops. All right. Have faith, guys.
And
Oh,
also right
wow.
there. Yeah.
Also, many think, okay, US only, this evil is embedded globally. US is the first domino. And he's saying that, right? We're cleaning everything up, guys. And there it is. This evil is embedded globally. US is the first domino. And again, Saudi Arabia was first. And the information that was gained by those detainees, who they paid in America for shenanigans, was cleaning up America. And how they stole the elections in America, they stole the elections worldwide. So this will have global effects, guys. What happens in the United States, Trump is cleaning it up now, will have global effects, guys. That's why this event started at those timestamps, where he mentions 129 that talks about closing act, right? Saudi Arabia, United States, Asia, and Europe, guys. The whole chain of events, this whole chain is coming down.
I mean, it was
And
unfair
if you
to the
look
United
on the
States.
screen, it says United States right now. Look, you got United States, pay.
Yep.
Like, how many more do you need to hit in that one?
Boom. Follow the money, guys. It's the key. And again,
The difference at that time, can we go back a little bit just so we can hear it in full?
of course.
But he made it official, an official policy of the United States, that there are only two genders, male and female. And we will have no men participating in women's sports, and transgender operations, which became the rage, will occur very rarely. Finally, as we restore common sense in America, we're moving quickly to bring back strength and peace and stability abroad. I'm also going to ask all NATO nations to increase defense spending to 5% of GDP, which is what it should have been years ago. It was only at 2%, and most nations didn't pay until I came along. I insisted that they pay, and they did, because the United States was really paying the difference at that time, and it was unfair to the United States. But many, many things have been unfair for many years to the United States. Before even taking office, my team negotiated a ceasefire agreement in the Middle East, which wouldn't have happened without us, as I think most of the people in the room know. Earlier this week, the hostages began to return to their families. They are returning, and it's a beautiful sight, and they'll be coming in more and more. They started coming back on Sunday. Our efforts to secure a peace settlement between Russia and Ukraine are now hopefully underway. It's so important to get that done. That is an absolute killing field. Millions of soldiers are being killed. Nobody's seen anything like it since World War II. They're laying dead all over the flat fields. It's a flat field farmland, and there's millions of Russians and millions of Ukrainians. And nobody's seen anything like it since World War II. It's time to end it. And here in America, we have big events coming up. Next year, we have the 250th anniversary of America's founding. I'm so honored to be president during that. That's been a big event. They've been talking about it for 10 years.
Wait a minute. What?
It's time to end it. And here in America, we have big events coming up. Next year, we have the 250th anniversary of America's founding. I'm
250. Okay.
so honored to be president during that. That's been a big event. They've been talking about it for 10 years. We also have the World Cup, and I understand Gianni's in the room. Infantino, he was very instrumental in helping us get it. He's there with you someplace, I think, and I want to thank him for that. And then we have the Olympic.
And again, guys, drop 10 is a beauty. Remember, the FBI and military intelligence have an open investigation into the Clinton Foundation. Why did Comey drop this? Who was the FBI director during the Haiti crisis? How many kids disappeared? How much money was sent to the Clinton Foundation in disguise of Haiti relief and actually went to Haiti? What countries donated big money to the Clinton Foundation and why? How much was owned by accepting, right? What did Obama do with the cash just prior to leaving office? Repayments to those who donated for favors and access? Dig. right? This is what Q is doing, asking questions, saying, "Come on, guys, you got more than you know. Go and look. Like, just look up what countries donated money to the Clinton Foundation, you know, and just asking questions and pointing to the right direction, right? He's not telling us anything; they're showing us. You look here, right? Look here. Repayments to those who donated for favors and access. Okay, now we know what Biden did. I had to think about his name, guys. He's already history, guys. Biden. Now we know what Biden did, right? How Hunter was sent over in Air Force Two, right, to give sell out the phone number of his dad, right, while he was vice president, taking on calls from other countries, right? This is what they did, guys. And again, the Clinton Foundation was, a step beyond, guys. And again, good people were forced into bed with evil under personal and family threats. Could you live with yourself, helping to cover for such evil and despicable acts, if given a safe way out? These people worship the devil, and some openly show it. Again, guys, know your enemy. What are they doing with those children? And again, favors and access, guys. Repayments for those who donated for favors and access. So think about this. Clinton, the foundation, if they would give money to the Clinton Foundation, they would get favors and access. Why are they so mad now? Because do they get favors? Do they get access? From Trump? No, right? So that's why they wanted Hillary in. That's why they were happy that Biden was there. Right? With Trump, it's the other way around. Redbird 19, sister, awesome to see you. Thank you so much for joining us. And again, guys, so do you now understand, right? They don't have control anymore. With Biden, it was just a sock puppet, right? Signing executive orders, just dumping money into Ukraine, giving how many billions was sent to Iran? 600? Right? $600 billion, guys. And Trump said, within a few weeks, guys, you're going to have a war in the Middle East. Right? Just think about that, So again, follow the money is interesting. Again, they are angry, Davos, no, not Davos, the World Economic Forum is saying we lost. They have money, but money is worthless without those in power serving you, right? What the Q drops were saying, we don't need your money. Your money ain't no good here, right? We're gonna make our own oil, right? We don't need you anymore, and that is the game changer, guys. And Trump is pulling out of NATO if they're not going to pay up. So they are going to, Trump is at the levers, guys. He nationalized the Federal Reserve under the Treasury, guys. It's brilliant how this thing is set up. Trump has done such an amazing job. And then, he's got a whole team of military generals behind him, and again, it's wonderful to see. And Trump, does he look good, right? He looks sharp, man. I think he lost weight. Look at those great suit he's wearing. Again, guys, God bless you. Let's continue. Again, beautiful, right? Drop 10. Repayments to those who donated for favors and access. This is something they don't have anymore. So now we got 4 years of no favors and no access. Do you know what that means? Wow.
And we just had Fox this morning, like arresting with ICE, where they were arresting a Haiti guy, where he was screaming like "F Trump, F Biden," right?
Yeah.
Thank you, Obama. He even thanked Obama, right?
Yeah.
So, yeah. And you got to think right before he said 10, right? He said big things are going to happen, right?
Yeah.
We got big things that are going to happen. And I know again, a lot of us have been waiting for the World Fair, right?
Mm-hmm.
Been waiting 10 years for the World Fair, right?
It's going to be big.
Almost 10 years, right? Because he said it back, right? The first term. So it's interesting that, like, I hope we get a World Fair where we get a whole year's celebration, right?
Oh, yeah.
Like that would be freaking amazing.
when you look at that drop of Catherine Harris, right? The time she dropped, and it talks about this is what the next 6 years is all about. It was a drop posted on 2018, already pointing at 2024. You know, when you look at the plan and Trump, forming a panel to investigate, being able to stop the 2016 election, and right before the election happened, Q was saying, this is not another 4-year election. Only when evil is forced into the light can we defeat it. And only then, will people see the true nature of their deception. You can understand that this was all the plan, right?
And boy, did they show
wanted
it.
to come, yeah. And now we got Trump back in 2024, and during his 4-year presidency, we will have the celebration of America 250-year anniversary, guys. So that is going to be Trump is going to work this year, and then next year, when America becomes 250 years young, it's going to be the celebration of a century, guys. So again, guys, let's continue with this. And again, think about this. Good people were forced into bed with evil under personal and family threats. Trump is giving them a break. Saying, okay, if you're going to work with me to solve this, wash your hands clean. Could you live with yourself if given a safe way out, right? And they were given a safe way out. With some people, the deals were made, not with the Clintons and those really bad guys, right? But again, people who were born into and are being under personal and family threats. And again, like those drops are saying, there is so much blackmail and string pulling. We need to cut these off to truly gain the power given to us by the hardworking patriots and loyal Americans, right? Given to us. So again, so these things need to happen. The given a safe way out. And these people who were insiders are now helping to expose it, guys. And how beautiful that we're living now in these days that Trump is back fully with the whole world had COVID, and we now know exactly the governmental overreach. They have showed their true colors, guys. And everybody is saying, why is nothing happening? Well, buckle up, Buttercup. This was necessary for whatever is coming down the pipe to go down easily, guys. Okay, guys. So that's what it's all about. Yes?
Before, kind of off topic, but scroll up in your YouTube chat real quick, because Redbird said that she's going to create an X count later on today.
Right. Awesome. Redbird, welcome.
So please let us know. Drop it in the chat so we can share it.
Oh, you're gonna have a lot of subscribers, Redbird. Okay, Redbird, work on it, and we're gonna stay live for at least 2 more hours, I guess. Let me see. Look at the clock. Yeah, 1.5 hours we'll be live. So again, when you drop it ahead of time, then we're gonna share your links, and make sure that we recognize you, right? Make sure it's something with Redbird or something like that. 1776, Redbird 1776. That will be
or whatever
awesome.
You name it.
Yes, whatever it is, guys. Jos Reiners is with us. Pixel Plays, awesome to see you guys. So again,
yeah, and if you go up a little, Pixel Plays did give me a little correction there. They said F Trump, Biden forever.
Oh.
And then praised Obama. So that makes sense. Yeah. That makes more sense.
Yeah.
Thank you, Pixel Plays.
Pixel, we love you, man. Okay, guys. Cameron Dutch Warrior. Great to see you guys. Again, let me give you a few hearts over there. Be nice. We love you guys. Again, love you on Rumble. And let's continue with this epic speech of Donald J. Trump. Dervin, you had something?
Nope.
Okay, guys. Let's rewind a little bit.
Which is the 50th anniversary of America. Millions of Russians and millions of Ukrainians. Nobody's seen anything like it since World War II. It's time to end it. And here in America, we have big events coming up. Next year, we have the 250th anniversary of America's founding. I'm so honored to be president during that. That's been a big event. They've been talking about it for 10 years. We also have the World Cup. And I understand Gianni's in the room. Infantino, he was very instrumental in helping us get it. He's there with you someplace, I think, and I want to thank him for that. And then we have the Olympics coming up, which I was instrumental in getting also in my first term. And who would have known that by skipping a term, I would get the Olympics? I was upset. I said, you know, I got the Olympics to come and I won't be president. But it turned out through a stroke of luck, or whatever you might call it, that I'm going to be president during the World Cup and the Olympics and the 250th anniversary. So that's going to be 3 big events. And we've accomplished more in less than 4 days. We have really been working 4 days than other administrations have accomplished in 4 years. And we're just getting started. It's really an amazing thing to see. And the spirit and the light over our country has been incredible. Under the last administration, our nation has suffered greatly.
Did he say 3 and 4? Yeah, so 3. There's going to be, so wait.
Accomplished more and less than be president, but it turned out through a stroke of luck, or whatever you might call it, that I'm going to be president during the World Cup and the Olympics and the 250th anniversary. So that's going to be 3 big events. And we've accomplished more in less than 4 days. We have really been working 4.
So 3-4 talks about Q clearance. Over the course of the next several days, you will undoubtedly realize that we're taking back a great country, the land of the free, from the evil tyrants that wish to do us harm and destroy the last remaining refuge of shining light. Again, guys, confirmations to the public of what is occurring will then be revealed and will not be openly accepted. Public riots are being organized in serious numbers in an effort to prevent the arrest and capture of more senior public officials, right? The state of temporary military control will be actioned and special ops carried out, guys. Again, rest assured that the safety and well-being of every man, woman, and child in this country is being exhausted in full. And there it says, right? Certain laws, organizations, or people that wish to do us harm during this transition will be met with swift fury. Certain laws have been pre-lifted to provide our great military the necessary authority to handle and conduct these operations at home and abroad. And I love the abroad, guys. And all you Dutchies out there, UK patrons, and New Zealand and Australians, you know, all you beautiful patrons, worldwide patrons, we love the abroad, guys. Okay, guys, let's continue. And 344, right? 344.
By the way, speaking of which,
yes,
Alias 117 is a Denmark patriot.
Okay. Alias Q, awesome. Yeah. No,
just Alias 117.
Oh, Alias. Okay, Alias. Yeah. Okay, awesome.
117. Elias Q is from Portugal.
Yes, Portugal. Yes, absolutely. We love Elias, our beautiful sister Elias, and so 117 is from Denmark. So we got 2 Denmark patrons with us. We got awesome guys. So 44. Before POTUS departs on Friday, he'll be sending an important message via Twitter. God bless, guys. So let's continue with this epic speech.
Days than other administrations have accomplished in 4 years, and we're just getting started. It's really an amazing thing to see, and the spirit and the light over our country has been incredible. Under the last administration, our nation has suffered greatly, but we're going to bring it back and make it greater, bigger, stronger, better than ever before. I want to thank everybody for being with you. I would have been there myself, except the inauguration was 2 days ago. I thought it might be a little bit quick to make it the first stop, but we'll get there one day. We hope to get there. But I do appreciate, I heard the audience is fantastic, and many of my friends are in the audience, and I will be taking questions now from some very distinguished people. Thank you all very much.
Okay, so the questions are being left out, but Trump ended this at 11:21.
Fantastic, and
so actions today will be met with swift fury. FBI is burning the midnight oil. This is how Trump, the timestamp that Trump is ending the speech. Let's see, 12:11, the mirror of the timestamp. As the world turns. Okay, guys, so that is a beautiful, beautiful speech. Talking at the World Economic Forum, starting at 11:07, mentioning 129 and 72, right? So 129 is bringing us to closing act, and 72 talks about the families that control the world, and Trump taking one out, right? Taking down one side of the pyramid, and also one family was taken out. And Q saying very smart talks about global events while Trump is speaking at the World Economic Forum. Closing.
Hey, Grass,
Yes.
check your X DM because the one that Deflustrated sent me. Thank you, Deflustrated.
We love you, D-Floss. Let's see, guys.
Has the whole thing. It's like 55 minutes.
Also, the questions.
Uh-huh.
All right. Awesome.
If it ever
Damn. Okay, there it
goes.
is. Thank you. It's a little slow, but there it is. Okay. Okay, guys.
By the way,
let's have a look.
we've got Agampy Wins in the chat, who is from Scotland.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
Scotland. We love Scotland. I love me some how do you say that?
Scotch?
No, Lagavulin, guys. Lagavulin. If you're from Scotland, you know what it is. I love it, guys. And again, thank you so much. Shout out to Scotland. Lagavulin rules, guys. So let's see. Let's go to the Q&A of RSBN, guys. We love you, RSBN.
No, I'm not kidding. You don't have to hook into the grid, which is, you know how simple.
Schwartzman, Chairman, and for that very powerful speech. And I think you could.
Hey, weird that RSBN is behind because he's ending this, and this is 1 minute behind because he ended it in the other one. He ended it at 11:21. That's weird, dude. Let me show you because this one ends with. Let's go here.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Ladies and gentlemen, here you can see 11:21 a.m. Right? See that? This is when it ended.
Are in the audience, and I
see that he's still at 11:21. So that's weird.
I will be taking questions. Are in the audience.
Oh shoot.
I do appreciate. I heard the audience is fantastic.
See that? 11:21 Eastern Standard Time. See that? And RSBN is now at here's RSBN. Taking questions, thanking Trump at 11:20 a.m. See that?
Yeah, that's pretty odd.
So Trump is saying here.
Questions now from some.
See that? I will be taking questions now at 11:20.
Very distinguished people. Thank you all very much.
So it was live. It was not pre-recorded, guys. Trump was doing this live. So that's good.
Thank
you.
you.
The world of
Thank
streaming.
you very much, Mr. President,
Yeah.
for that very, very powerful speech. And I think you could hear the applause all the way from Davos to the White House. But next year it will be even better because then you can get the applause here in Davos. So we wish you welcome to our village next year. We hope to see you.
Thank you very much.
So
he's not
also
saying
know, Mr.
yes.
President,
He's
that
just saying thank you
open
very
up
much.
For interaction here, we have a great panel with some of the most distinguished business people in the world. Let me start with someone that you know really well, that I think is almost a neighbor of you in in Florida. Mr. Steve Schwartzman, Chairman, CEO, and co-founder of Blackstone Group. So,
yay.
Steve, floor is yours.
Well, Mr. President, I'm sure the
Grass.
Crown
1,
Prince
2,
of
1, 1.
Saudi Arabia will be really glad you gave this speech today. You've had the busiest 4 days that anybody can imagine, and congratulations for that. My question is about some of the things I've observed here at Davos. It's a terrific forum. I've met lots of people, as usual. I think I've been here 30 years. And a lot of the European business people have
He's not in a
expressed
rush, huh?
enormous frustration.
That means he does hit the delta then.
Regulatory regime
Yeah.
in the EU.
Yeah, that's true.
And they attribute slower growth rates here because of the numerous factors.
In 10
but
minutes.
especially because of regulations. And you've taken a completely different approach in this area. And if you could explain the theory of what you're doing, how you're going to do it, and what you expect the outcome to be, I'd appreciate it.
Well, thank you very much. And congratulations, Steve. You're a friend of mine, but on a great career. You have had an amazing career and
Mir.
continues. Just want to congratulate you. You're very inspirational to a lot of people. I want to.
There it is, guys. 11:23. Out they go. A clean house is very important, guys. Trump in the White House. There it is. Beautiful, guys. Out they go. A clean house is very important. Lance wants us to look at the mirror. 3, 2, 1, 1. Go ahead there, Lance.
No, that is a good one. Bake your noodle, right? But we were at the 2-2-1-1 when we were still at 2. Yeah. There's a lot in this one, right? Scenes.
Mm-hmm.
Why are many powerful CEOs? Who are those distinguished gentlemen?
Mm-hmm.
Powerful CEOs,
Yes.
members of Congress, right? Resigning. Coincidence. Pre-POTUS, did the Speaker of the House indicate wanting to leave politics? Now, of course, that time was Paul Ryan, right? So
Mm-hmm.
I don't
Yes.
think at this time that has anything to do with
No.
Speaker Johnson, right? But
Mhm.
yeah, that's a big one though, right? Like I always love how Q did that, where the mirror answered a lot of times what,
Yeah.
right? Like that's just genius how they set it up to answer that.
And there has to be more keys to this, right? Like we're slowly understanding how this works, right? Like while you start playing around with it, and then you stumble upon these kind of things, right? Like minutes and seconds, and truth numbers and stuff. And you start working the tools, the gap codes, missing and replacing letters, the timing in between tweets, counting the spaces. You start adding all these tools, and Q is saying you got more than you know, guys. So, and so we have to go back to the drops, and we just can't wait for Q to drop again, guys. But how beautiful that Trump is speaking at 11:23, 9 minutes away from hitting that beautiful delta with globalism is dead, while he speaks at Davos at the World Economic Forum, guys. Yes,
Hey.
Durfman.
We may have lost the Rumble feed.
Yeah.
Can you check that out, Lance?
Well, what the crap? It looks like we did.
Stand by.
Yeah.
And it looks like freaking Foxhole too. Well,
what's going on?
I don't know. The stream just stopped yesterday too. Like when we were looping.
Okay.
All right, let's see. Will it go again?
Let's take a moment, guys. Let's take a moment. Let me just play. Are we still live on YouTube, guys? Give us a.
It seems like we are.
Okay, guys. So please hang on while we get. Patsy Pates is saying 5 by 5. Read the chat. That's you gotta love it, man. Read the chat. Oh, that's funny. Okay, Trucy. Hear you on YouTube. Okay, gotcha. I know. Trucy will love you, sister. Okay, now let's play some dick music, guys. And for the patrons that are with us, guys, let us pull up one of those decodes that I want to show you while we wait for everything to come back online, guys. You know, I guess we're over the target, guys. Are we still live on Twitter? Everybody, let me see. Yeah,
we can
Twitter is good. Got you guys. Love you.
we can also
let me.
pause and say hello to the rogue intelligence agencies currently
Yes.
monitoring.
Love
Right?
you guys. We love you. Okay, guys. Let's scroll down a little bit. Let's see what kind of crumbs. There is Dascovino saying, "We're back." I love it, man. You know, and I love what what Miss Plenty said. We're back. Okay, guys. Dascovino. USA. 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 Love you guys. Okay, Dan, we love you, man. Dan the man.
I actually have a little something with we're back.
All right.
Right.
And again, guys, Scavino47 is back, guys. So please give him a sub on Twitter, guys. You want to go there and support him, guys. Let me drop his link in the chat. Paste and go, guys. So give Dan Scavino a sub. And there is that Air Force plane that will deploy flights under Trump orders, guys. The C-17. And there's Durfman, guys. Let's go to Durf. Okay, we're back, guys. All right. All right. That's a good one, guys.
Yeah, because this is a little different because it came from his Facebook.
All right.
And what I thought was interesting was when he was writing "We're back" on Twitter, there was a bunch of A's instead of C's, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it was coming up to 16 characters.
Mm-hmm.
So obviously I didn't add the 5 periods, but there are 5 periods there as well, right?
Mm-hmm.
I thought the 5 was interesting, but he had posted this at 4:22 p.m.
Mm-hmm.
And we see 422 has a shot of a newspaper with some Anons wearing Q t-shirts.
Yeah.
And Q is saying, "Are you ready?"
Beautiful, man.
So we're back. Are you ready?
Absolutely, guys.
I think we're ready, right?
Yeps. Absolutely. At 16:22 military time, guys. That's Camino saying we're back with 17 characters, guys. Boom. Are you ready? We're back. Let's go. Beautiful, Durf. Beautiful decode.
That was yeah.
That was a good one. There is Dascovino 47, guys, promoting his new work Twitter account, X account, guys, and he's retweeting this at midnight, guys. 47 seconds after midnight. Again, proving to us that they're using their seconds, guys. 3 seconds then is dropping to the second, guys. Scavino 47 retweeted as 47 seconds past midnight, guys. When you look at this truth number, it's saying, artist gets the message. Do you believe in coincidences? Boom, 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 boom. Next week, guys. So there it is. The Q400, the mirror of his tweet number over there, 1864. 1864 is showing you Q400. Artist gets the message. Do you believe in coincidences? Boom, 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 boom. Next week. Okay, guys, let's go down and let's see what we got over here. Dascovino, guys, dropping. Let me see. Let me know, guys, if replaying. Okay, it's replaying. Rumble is replaying.
Yeah, I guess.
Maybe we should drop the link to YouTube, guys. Even kijken. Even kijken. Even
Hold
kijken,
on a
hoor.
minute. My OBS has been tripping out, like with internet. Even though I have amazing internet,
Yeah.
So let me see if I can get it. I started a new stream, but it still would not go.
Okay, guys. So let me see if I
Now it
can.
says we're live.
Okay, so copy this one. Let me drop this in the YouTube. So if you want to join us on YouTube, guys, please feel free to. You know. So we're going to continue the stream while I'm just going to show you Dan Scavino dropping the pen and the executive orders, guys. He's dropping 40 pairs, guys. 40 pairs of pens and executives, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 times 8 equals 40. So 40 times a pen and the executive order. 40 brings us to 4, 10, 20. A, B, C, D, E, DJT, guys. And who is signing those executive order? Donald J. Trump. He's also posting 5 pens and 5 executive orders, right? So a little 5 by 5. And we also see that he's dropping 8 pens vertically and 8 executive orders, right? 8, 8, 8, 8. Well, what does drop 88 talk about? Drop 88 talks about, let me show you here. Drop 88 talks about the 10 days Republicans walk away and are being removed. And it shows you Saudi Arabia, what happened in Saudi Arabia will happen in the United States, will happen in Asia, and will happen in Europe. That's why Elon Musk is saying, make Europe great again, right? Mega with an E. Okay, focus on USA today, the real happenings in Saudi Arabia under the same context, the military control, martial law, and then rogue, etc. Where is POTUS? Well, Trump is now in the Oval Office, right? Whilst irrelevant. Military operations, operators in the United States. Snow White, The Great Awakening. Godfather 3. And we're doing this, guys, until the stream is back up, guys. So I'm waiting on Lance to give me the A-OK. Let's see. We have to back out of this one. So this is a way of... and there is another gem from Trucy, guys. So Trucy, we love you. Thank you so much for sending us these beautiful videos. And again, I don't have a lot of time to scroll through internet, so I don't really know what's going on through the videos. But then there is Trucy that is sending me from time to time some beautiful gems. Let's listen to this. Full force narrative change. You gotta love the English.
My guy. I don't want this guy to be talking
All right,
like
guys.
this about.
I got it. And now we're streaming on 2 different.
What?
So I made a new Rumble stream.
Yeah. But the old one is still streaming.
It's still streaming. I just set it up as like an extra one.
Okay.
Because it was still running, like it didn't die.
Okay.
But then I seen people starting to go to the new chat, right? So I'm like, crap.
Well, you could tell them to go to the old one, but again, we can run them simultaneously.
Yeah.
So we're streaming the same stream. So it's not one is on standby and the other one is streaming. It's both they're streaming.
Yeah, they're both says recording.
So that's what you get, Rumble. If you're gonna F with us, you're gonna have double streams, guys. We're now in stereo, guys. Stereo. Stereo. Okay,
So go
guys.
to your Rumble real quick and grab the other chat then.
Oh shoot. Oh no.
Because there's another Rumble chat.
Oh no. Okay, wait. Oh my god. Where is it?
Yeah, go to live streaming. Oh,
this one?
Continued.
Okay, the continued. Okay.
Streaming.
Look at this. There's not one that's on standby and the other one is streaming. It's okay, guys. We're in stereo, guys. Okay, so we have to see how do we do this, guys. Pop out chat. There you guys are. Love you guys. Boot 7. Awesome to see you. Yes.
Am I on the wrong channel? No, actually, we're streaming both since stuff likes to mess around. So, let's see if it works though. My internet is still just being very glitchy on OBS for some reason. So
Okay.
OBS.
Okay. So
No,
let's
just-
yeah.
I was going to say, just to clarify, I think personally, I would vote for people to stay on the old
Or-
streams chat as far as
Yes.
Rumble is concerned.
So go to the other one, guys.
Yeah, stay on the first one. If personally, I'm not gonna be on that second one, so I would
Okay.
vote that we.
Yes.
Well,
Based. Is this the link to my Rumble chat?
I'm not sure.
Okay, guys. So Tippy Top, get out of there. Get into this one. Come on, Tippy. Get into this one.
Where am I?
And maybe you can pin the original one on the Rumble side so people can go to the main channel.
Hold on, but some people are saying it's gone again.
Oh fuck.
Yeah, it did. My freaking OBS just like cut out.
Oh dude. I see some glitching on my screen as well, by the way.
Yep.
What's going on, dude? We're having some major interference, guys. Davos is effing with us. No worries. Just look at it, play around with it. I'm just gonna play this 1 minute and 30-second clip.
Well, like I don't
Don't worry. Just work on it while I play this 1 minute video, guys. And again, there are some rough language being used here. So if you got children around, make sure this lady is saying a few using strong language.
And she is amazing, by the way.
Yes. Okay. So
I
let's.
never
I
remember
haven't.
her name, but yeah, she's a heck of a lady. I've been following her for years.
Okay, and you don't even know her name.
No, I don't.
All right.
But yeah, she's amazing. She's a great follow, and she was in DC for the
Awesome.
inauguration. And
Awesome.
I caught one or two videos either on YouTube or maybe Instagram. And yeah, she was very emotional about being there and about the whole thing. So
That's a good thing. That's a
yeah,
good sign.
great lady.
Okay, guys, and again, a little strong language. So if you got small children, make sure to make sure 1 minute and 30 seconds. Here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
My guy. I don't want this guy to be talking like this about any woman at all. Do you not
Listen.
despair for the future in any ways?
Sweetie, I would rather be grabbed by the pussy than have a pussy for president. Woo!
And
Go you.
And you're happy with that language?
I'm very happy with that language. Look, none of us are that polite behind closed doors. My girlfriends have ruder language. Real men have ruder language. The gentleman clapping is a real man, obviously.
Real men.
He would have ruder language
Katie.
for pussy. I'm not offended by the
Katie,
expression.
he's no longer in the locker room. He's in the Oval Office.
Sure, and that was a private conversation 8 years ago before he was running. Whilst Clinton was in the Oval Office, of course, Monica Lewinsky was on her knees with Hillary stood right by her. So I don't know if you're going to say that's any better, sweetie, because I don't think it is.
She's not president. I'm talking about the current president-elect.
Yes, but when Bill Clinton was
I'm
president...
not talking about the past, I'm talking about the future.
And 8 years ago, before Donald Trump even ran, he used the word pussy. I'm not offended. You are. You deal with your issues.
Are any of you have no issues? I'm just curious, is there any part of you remotely concerned about the nature of...
No, you know, what we needed in America was someone that was going to have a strong lead, who was going to stand up for white people as well as black people in America, who was going to stand up for bringing jobs back, for allowing Americans to have their weapons, and for allowing the Supreme Court to be a conservative Supreme Court. No one here can really understand that, which is why the pollsters were wrong, why you guys were wrong, why state broadcasters were wrong, and every other commentator and every other pundit was wrong.
Last question
because
for
you
you.
didn't get it right.
Boom, guys. Don't. I love her, man. I love her. And again, I
Yeah.
don't have time to watch all these clips, guys. So I look at the first four sentences when what she was saying. I thought, okay, that's awesome. Trucy was sending it to me, so it must be good. So Trucy, we love you. I take, I'm not posting it blind, but again, I do skim over it. But again, I don't have time to watch it all because I'm primarily doing decodes. And that's why it's awesome to have more than 60,000 patrons on Twitter. Not there for the amusement, but just for the crumbs, guys. And big hat tip to you guys for being there with us.
I believe
Yes.
two
Yes.
things, by the way. I believe her name is Katie Hopkins.
Katie Hopkins.
Yep.
Awesome.
They called her Katie, and then that, triggered the memory.
Okay.
And yes, Gypsy Jane. I also love her updates on batshit bonkers Britain. They're very fun. And I believe that that it's back on now on Rumble.
Yeah,
Okay,
I
guys.
think we saved it.
Okay. Okay, guys. So we're kind of back. And again, guys.
And I deleted like the new one that I had made.
Okay, guys.
And
Thank
we
you.
stuck
Thank
with
you,
the old
Lance.
one.
We stick with the old one. And again, guys.
Everyone refresh. If you're having problems, refresh your page or close the app and open it again. And everything should be working good now.
Okay, guys. So big congratulations to the Trump family. Happy 20th anniversary to Donald and Melania Trump, guys. So this is a powerful couple, guys. We love them. Gorgeous, genius. What a wonderful couple. And I'm 2 years ahead of you guys. And we are counting our relationship from the first time we saw each other again. So we're cheating, kind of, right? But again, we are 22 years together, and Trump is we're celebrating our 22nd anniversary every last Friday of February, right? So this is the first time that it really hit, when we looked each other in the eye and we never stopped talking from that evening on, guys. So again, I know that feeling, Trump. I know that feeling, Melania. We love you guys. And, 20 years together, that's awesome. With a hardworking man like Trump, a powerful woman behind him, and, if you see it the way she behaved when she was on stage and he was talking about hurting her feet and, all that stuff, she was kind of talking back a little bit, right? Like, she is a strong woman, I love her. Melania, you are amazing. Again, Mr. Rob, awesome to see you.
She calls him sir when she's mad.
Yes, sir. That's funny. That's awesome, man.
Yeah, it's more like, excuse me, sir.
Probably, yeah.
Yes, sir. Yeah. So again, yeah. Yeah, so let me not go further into this. But again, Sharia Me, Go Lafayette, RJ255, The Hein. And again, everybody, welcome. And again, why don't you guys just join us on YouTube or, on the other chats, where the stream is smooth and clean. And sometimes we get booted there as well. Again. So again, we have to jump from side to side. And again, guys, we love you. Let's continue where we left off, guys. Trump was taking questions. And now it is 11:23 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, guys. We had some technical difficulties. This is the old chat. Goodbye now. Let me copy this one and say, make your way over here. Paste and go. All right, guys. Chat disabled. Okay, that's a good sign. Okay, guys. Let's continue. Trump is taking questions at 11:23, and 11:23 is showing you a clean house is very important. Out they go. There it is, guys. Trump in the Oval, 11:23. Here we go.
Talk about the EU, because you mentioned specifically that I've also had a lot of friends and leaders of countries. I've gotten to know them all my first term and a little bit during this period of 4 years, and know them well, like them a lot. But they're very frustrated because of
I like him
the
a
time
lot.
everything seems to take to get approved, environmental impact statements for things that you shouldn't even have to do that, and many, many other ways that it takes. And I'm going to give you a quick little example. In the private life, my beautiful private life, before I had all these things happening, the world is a little different. I had a nice, simple life. You knew that. But when I had that simple life, I did projects. And I had a big project in Ireland. And it had to get approval on something that would have made it even better. And I got the approval from Ireland in a period of a week. And it was a very, very very efficient, good approval. And they informed me, though, the problem is you're going to have to get it from the EU, and we think that'll take 5 to 6 years. And I said, you have to be kidding. And this was before politics. And I said, wait a minute, it's not that important. I don't want to go 5 or 6 years, but it would have been a big investment. It would have been nice, and it would have been good for the project. And I sent the people to the EU to see if they could speed it up. And basically, it was a 5 or 6 year wait just to get a simple approval that Ireland gave me in a period of literally not much more than a week. And I realized right then, that was the first time I really was involved with the EU, but I realized right then that's a problem. And I didn't even bother applying to do it. Or if I did, I pulled it very quickly. I have to be very accurate because I don't want to be criticized. He did apply, actually. No, I want to be very accurate. So I don't think I did, but if I did, I pulled it very quickly. It was just something you couldn't wait 5 years or 6 years to get an approval.
You couldn't wait, guys. You couldn't wait for 5 years. It's happening, guys. Previous timestamp was saying, fireworks. We have it all. The end, guys. POTUS weekly address. He's addressing, right? POTUS is addressing now. The end. Fireworks. We have it all. These people are stupid, guys. Beautiful. It's happening. We couldn't wait for 5 more years. It's happening, guys.
A lot of, in a very big business sense, a lot of people are claiming that's the problem. From the standpoint of America, the EU treats us very, very unfairly, very badly. They have a large
We love you, Miss Penny.
tax that we know about, and a VAT tax, and it's a very substantial one. They don't take our, essentially don't take our
Go
farm
Lafayette, we
products,
love
and they
you
don't
too.
take our cars, yet they
56
send
for us?
cars.
56. Okay.
He said 5 or 6 years, right?
Okay, yeah, gotcha. Okay, gotcha. Thank you. 56. 56. Okay, the Clinton campaign. Yeah, Joe McCain. All right, we don't say his name, guys.
Who's he talking about right now, though? Is he talking about Saudi Arabia?
No, he's talking about the EU, right?
Or the EU? Yeah.
Yeah. Let's see.
To us by the million, don't take our farm products, and they
Oops.
don't take our cars, yet they send cars to us by the millions. They put tariffs on things that we want to do. Like, for instance, I think they actually, in terms of these are non-economic or non-monetary tariffs, and those are very bad, and they make it very difficult to bring products into Europe, and yet they expect to be selling, and they do sell their products in the United States. So we have, hundreds of billions of dollars.
What's going on? Okay, so this is the YouTube feed.
Has to speed up their process. Friends of mine that are in some of the nations within the EU, great people, they want to be able to compete better, and you can't compete when you can't go through the approval process fast. There's no reason why it can't go faster. So,
It's happening.
I'm trying to be constructive because I love Europe. I love the countries of Europe, but the process is a very cumbersome one. And they do treat the United States of America very, very unfairly with the VAT taxes and all of the other taxes they impose.
And again, guys, Europe is beautiful, man. Look at those cities, man. Go to Rome, go to Paris, go to Berlin, go to Amsterdam, right? Go to Brussels, right? Go to Antwerp, France, Spain, Portugal, beautiful. Greece, beautiful blue seas. It's incredible, man. The architecture is pristine, guys. I love Europe, guys. But again, we're going to make America great again, and then the whole world would follow, guys. So again, we love you, Trump. Thank you so much for helping us out, saving America and saving the world.
One other, just to finish up, I got a call from the head of a major airline, one of the biggest airlines in the world, and he said, sir, could you help us? What? Landing in Europe is brutal. They charge us fees for everything, and it's so unfair. I said, how does it compare to China? He said, it's much worse. And the other thing, as you know, they took court cases with Apple, and they supposedly won a case that most people didn't think was much of a case. They won 15 or 16 billion from Apple. They won billions from Google. I think they're after Facebook for billions and billions. These are American companies, whether you like them or not. They're American companies, and they shouldn't be doing that. And that's, as far as I'm concerned, it's a form of taxation. So we have some
Did he say 15,
very big
16?
complaints with the EU.
Okay. Did he?
I think so.
They won 15 or 16.
Yes, there it is. 15, 16. Let's have a look, guys. Did you look already? Yeah, Lance?
Yeah.
All right. It's going to be good. There it is, guys. Only the beginning. Power to the people, guys. And there it is, that beautiful Time article, guys, showing us the most influential people on the internet. Well, whom might that be? Donald J. Trump, guys. Most influential on the internet. Donald J. Trump. And last but not least, the mysterious internet figure known as, where is it? There it is.
Grasshopper.
No. Wouldn't that be something? Grasshopper. Okay, no, guys, not grass. Let me tighten my mic, guys. Not grass. No, it's Q. Last October, an anonymous user known simply as Q started posting cryptic messages on controversial message board known as 4chan. You know, and there it is, guys, talking about Hillary Clinton and all that other beautiful stuff, guys. And again, so interesting, guys, that the Time is talking about Q and Donald J. Trump. So, okay, guys. Again, I don't know who these guys are, you know, but anyhow. So Trump is there and Q is there. The most influential, only the beginning. Power to the people, guys. You know, you are what they fear most. The sum of all fears is informed and free-thinking public, guys. Awake and aware. Informing each other. And having a platform of free speech. Think about, you know, True Social, Gap, Telegram, you know, Adding Up, Twitter, you know, like all these platforms you can, you know, as long as you are not threatening people with death, and why would you, right? You're just, you know, normally on Twitter, you will be, you know, they would hit the kill switch when you would post a Gateway Pundit article, right, regarding COVID or, you know, mRNA vaccines, right? Stuff like that. Just warning people about the stuff about it. And again, you know, how times have changed, guys. Elon bought a crime scene, opened it up, and free speech is now roaming the world, guys. And thanks to Trump, thanks to this movement, guys, we now have Rumble, right? That is kind of okay. Twitter is, you know, YouTube is kind of, yeah. We're seeing how far we can kick it, guys. And let's continue with this one. But again, Trump is mentioning 16, 17, only the beginning. Power to the people. The most influential people on the internet, Donald J. Trump, and that anonymous figure called Q.
Billion from Apple. They won billions from Google. I think they're after Facebook for billions and billions. These are American companies, whether you like them or not. They're American companies, and they shouldn't be doing that. And that's, as far as I'm concerned, it's a form of taxation. So we have some very big complaints with the EU. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. President. We'll now go to one of your friends in the EU, Patrick Brianna. He's the chairman, CEO.
The other ones are enemies.
Yeah.
I guess you have a question ready, Patrick.
And listen to how they're treating him, right? They're almost treating him like, hey, here's somebody else that we got. He's your friend, right? Like, it's almost like they're, you know, it's not that they're scared, but it's more like they're really sucking up on him, right?
Yeah.
You know, excuse my French. Maybe that's an unrespectful way of bringing it. I don't know how to put it else. You know, it's like, you know, it's like, yeah, I don't know. You know, to think about how they were treating him before, right? This is a totally different ball game, guys. So Let's continue.
For the president.
Mr. President, as we understand, energy is at the top of your agenda, and it's an honor for me to represent the energy industry tonight. In this panel, Total Energies is indeed the fourth largest oil and gas and electricity company in the world. I will not ask you a question about the oil price. It's quite clear what you expect from us. I will go to gas more. And our company is the largest number one exporter LNG from the US company. We are a strong contributor to, and we invest in a mammoth LNG projects in Texas, $20 billion. It's far from 200, but it's $20 billion. And we contribute with that to security of
Down she goes.
As we export
Be back in a second,
to
guys.
Europe.
Excuse his French, Hopper.
Yes.
There are too many projects developed in the US
Developed.
on LNG. This could
Sorry,
have
guys,
an
I'll be back.
inflationary impact on the US domestic gas price. And they recommend a pause on these projects. I would ask you the following question. What are your views about such a pause on investments on LNG in the US? What would happen if you would observe an increased domestic gas price because of these exports? And final question, which is important for Europe, would you agree to guarantee security of supplies of US LNG to Europe?
Well, on the last part of your question, yes, I would. I would make sure that you get it. If we make a deal, we make a deal, you'll get it. Because a lot of people do have that problem. They make a deal and then it can't get supplied because of war-type problems and other problems. So we would absolutely do that. LNG is very interesting because when I took office for the first term,
Hey guys,
one of the
I'm
first
back.
things I looked at was there were two very massive plants in Louisiana, a state that has been very good to me, won it by many, many points. And
We love you,
I
Red
felt
Bird.
strongly indebted to it, actually. And they said there are two plants that have been under environmental consideration for more than 10 years. And they were costing, as you say, you know how expensive those plants are, but they were costing like 12 billion and I think 14 or 15 billion, but they couldn't get their permits. They were in review for years, many, many years, like a decade or more. And I said, so ridiculous. I know so much about
14,
that
15,
because
yeah.
of the construction industry. I
got
had
you.
to go through it too,
Love
but
you,
I got
Lance.
good at it after a while. But I saw the projects, and you're talking about a total investment of 25 to 30 billion dollars, and it looked like it was going to end. They couldn't get their permits, and I got them done in less than a week.
Drain the
It was
swamp.
done, completed. In fact, when they called them to announce that
Now comes the
it
pain.
was done, the countries, largely countries, Japan was involved and another country and some very big investors, they couldn't believe it. They actually couldn't believe it. And I said, just do yourself one favor. Don't pay any consultants, because the only one that got it done was me. I got it done because it was the right thing to do for the U.S. and for the world, but the consultants had nothing to do with it. You know, the consultants go in and they say, give us millions of dollars because Trump did it. Nobody called me about it. I just heard it was a problem for years. And I got it done because it
And
was
Trump
the right
is like
thing
a
to do
fish
for
in the
the
water,
US
right?
and the right thing to do.
He's
for
talking finances,
beyond. It had
guys.
to do with energy, very important. So I think it's very important. I think I disagree with one. I think the more that you do, the lower the price is going to go. And what I'd like to see is rapid approvals. We're going to give very rapid approvals in the United States, like with the AI plants, talking to many people want to build them. That's going to be a very big thing. We're going to build electric generating facilities. They are going to build. I'm going to get them the approval. Under emergency declaration, I can get the approvals done myself without having to go through years of waiting.
Oh, Trucy is on the money, guys. Trucy is on the money, saying, Grass, the delta of 1132 is coming. And oh, is she right? Trucy, you blow me away. Give it up for Trucy, guys. Drop a 17 for Trucy, guys. Woo, baby, is she on the money? Did you have your cover or something? Oh, my God. Guys, there it is. Let's rewind a little bit till it comes to 1132. Let's see, because Trump is hitting the delta, guys. That Lance found us, guys. A beautiful Lance found us the delta of today. Exactly on January 23rd, 2020, a 5-year delta posted at 11:32 and 42 seconds. That says, congratulations, UK patriots. Independence is a beautiful thing. Globalism is dead. Okay, so let's see what Trump is saying. He's going to hit 11:32. But again, like we showed you, the previous stream on Now News or something, I don't know what broadcast it was, they were a minute ahead, right? So it might be 11:32 already, right? But only RSBN is showing us 11:31. So let's just go with this. But yeah, so there it is. Globalism is dead. And he's saying, if you guys want to have our energy, we're going to give it to you, right? We're going to make a deal and we're going to ship it to you, right? So again, there it is. Globalism is dead.
Because Trump did it. Nobody called me about it. I just heard it was a problem for years. And I got it done because it was the right thing to do for the U.S. and the right thing to do for beyond. It had to do with energy, very important. So I think it's very important. I think I disagree with one. I think the more that you do, the lower the price is going to go. And what I'd like to see is rapid approvals. We're going to give very rapid approvals in the United States, like with the AI plants. Talking
rapid
to many
approvals,
people
guys.
Want to build them. That's going to be a very big thing. We're going to build electric generating facilities. They are going to build. I'm going to get them the approval. Under emergency declaration, I can get the approvals done myself without having to go through years of waiting. And the big problem is we need double the energy we currently have in the United States. Can you imagine? For AI to really be as big as we want to have it, because it's it'll be very competitive.
Interesting that the timestamp of 11:32 is saying freedom, while the delta of today, posted at 11:32, is talking about independence, right? So you got your independence and you have your freedom, right? Interesting. See that?
Mm-hmm.
You got your
Nice.
independence. It's a beautiful thing. The delta of today at 11:32, and 11:32 is showing you, welcome aboard, freedom, guys. So interesting, isn't that? Huh. Trucy, we love you. Give it up for Trucy, everybody. Drop a 17 for Trucy. Natasha, we love you. Jos Reiners. And Redbird, are you on X? Grasshopper, be right back. Husband is starting my X account. Let you know later. Awesome, Redbird. And yeah, so maybe Miss Penny Black or somebody, one of our friends, can look on Twitter to see if there's a Redbird out there. And once we find it, Redbird, make sure you got this this profile picture for the beginning so we can find you, okay? Redbird, make sure this is your profile picture. So when we are looking on Twitter and we see an account with this, I'll post it. Okay, awesome, guys. So we can find you. Okay, guys. So congratulations, independence. The timestamp is talking about freedom. Welcome aboard. Thank you, Ellen. Okay, guys, let's go.
We got an avalanche of 17s, by the way, if you didn't see them.
Yeah, for Trucy. Trucy, we love you. Welcome to our beloved family, guys. And again, love you all. Redbird, we love you. Again, guys, let's continue with Trump. Being a fish in the water, talking finances, being the boss that he is, right? Trump, we love you. And Davos is treating you like a king. Finally, the media is treating Trump the way that they are treating others as well, right? Yeah, so that's a good thing. I love it.
Competitive with China and others. So I'm going to give emergency declarations so that they can start building them almost immediately. And I think it was largely my idea because nobody thought this was possible. It wasn't that they were not smart, because they're the smartest. But I told them that what I want you to do is build your electric generating plant right next to your plant as a separate building, connected. And they said, wow, you're kidding. And I said, no, I'm not kidding.
Oh, wow.
You don't have to hook into the grid, which is old and, could be taken out. If it's taken out, they wouldn't have any way to get any electricity. So
Hey,
we are
Q is
going
also
to-
dropping a 17 for Trucy, guys. That's a beauty. Q also drops a 17 at 11:33. We love you, Trucy. Okay, guys.
allow them to go on a very rapid basis to build their plant, build the electric generating plant. They can fuel it with anything they want, and they may have coal as a backup. Good, clean coal. You know, if there were a problem with a pipe coming in, as an example, you're going with gas, oil or gas, and a pipe gets blown up or for some reason doesn't work, there are some companies in the U.S. that have coal sitting right by the plant so that if there's an emergency, they can go to that short-term basis and use our very clean coal. So that's something else that a lot of people didn't even know about. But nothing can destroy coal, not the weather, not a bomb, nothing. It might make it a little smaller.
Yeah.
Might make it a little different shape. But coal is very strong as a backup. It's a great backup to have that facility, and it wouldn't cost much more money. And we have more coal than anybody. We also have more oil and gas than anybody. So we're going to make it so that the plants will have their own electric generating facilities attached right to their plant. They don't have to worry about a utility. They don't have to worry about anything. And we're going to get very rapid approvals.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Mr. President. We'll now go to another
All
CEO
will
that you
do
know
as told.
very well, Brian Moynihan, the CEO and chair of Bank of America.
Good afternoon, Mr. President, and congratulations, and obviously an eventful week for you and your family. If you remember 5 years ago, you came here and we walked among 150 CEOs from all over the world, and you engaged with them about your policies and your procedures. This year, you're not here, and yet this week was eventful from the orders that you mentioned earlier, literally a wave of orders coming out on immigration, on trade, and many other matters. And so, as a representative of the United States here, we got a lot of questions about what does all this mean and how would the president square this with his clear focus on growth, prosperity, market growth, stock market growth, a good bond market, and bringing down prices. So how do you think about the impact of all these orders and how fast they come out and how you're going to balance them with that scorecard of being successful in both continuing GDP growth, bringing down inflation, and also having a good stock price appreciation for the American citizen?
Oh, wow. Defrustrated is saying that Trump is signing an order releasing the JFK and Martin Luther King files. Awesome, Deflus.
Brian, we're at 21%. It was at 40%, and I got it down to 21%, the corporate tax. And it was actually, if you look at state and city, it was in many cases much higher than 40%. I got it down to 21%. And now we're going to bring it down from 21 to 15% if, there's a big if you make your product in the U.S. So we're going to have the lowest, just about the lowest rate. It'll be, the 21 is on the low side.
Okay, guys, we have to go back.
Well, I think it's going to actually bring down inflation. It's going to bring up jobs. We're going to have a lot of jobs. We're going to have a lot of companies moving in. You know, Brian, we're at 21%. It was at 40%, and I got it down to 21%.
So 2140. Zero delta, Anos gets all. 2 devices used, 1 carried. Pushed exactly at the same time. Device lag or feeder side delay. Request fulfilled, guys. The storm in the Atlantic are very dangerous. We encourage anyone on the path of these storms to prepare themselves and heed the warnings of state and local officials. The federal government is closely monitoring and ready to assist. We are with you. So there it is, Donald J. Trump. And I guess, yeah, it's 3:50 p.m. as we broadcast now, and this is posted 3:35. Let's see, guys. So that's a beauty. 21% and 40%. Let's see 21. I dumped some crumbs like this over the weekend, but we are at this point we are far enough along that you can paint a picture without risk of jeopardizing the operation. And drop 40 is showing you DJT, guys. 41020 DJT. Do you see how beautiful these numbers are? We are 21%. We're going to 40%, and 2140. 21 is showing us you can paint a picture without risk of jeopardizing the operation, and 2140 is showing us, you know, the correlations, the request of the anons. Trump didn't post on Twitter, and they said on the boards, how about a nice zero delta between the Q drops and the Trump tweets? Then Q dropped and Trump dropped 10 seconds apart from one another, you know? And again, they tried to hit a zero delta, but again, there was some kind of internet interference like we had as well during our Rumble feed, guys. But again, Trump, we love you. Trump did this at 11:36, and 11:36 is showing us. Okay, the gap between that 4 and 5, guys. So again, whoa. Remember that we had the thumbs up from Don Jr. that brought us to, hey, is Q coming back? The other crumb that we had was the 11:36, the gap between that 4 and 5. Now at 11:36, while he's talking to Davos, at 11:36, he mentions 2140 that showed us the request on anons, guys. So is Q coming back? Durfman, you know, right? Again, maybe Durfman can post that video from Rumble on the Rumble chat, Durf, if you're with us. Maybe you can post that video there. You can see how it all came to be, right? We saw that Trump was dropping at 11:36, the gap between that 4 and 5, and the next drop, you know, I don't know how much later, was the thumbs up of Don Jr. that brought me back to the other gap between that 4 and 5 that Don Jr. dropped just prior of Q dropping. I believe the day before Q dropped, or just hours before Q dropped again, was the gap between that 4 and 5, giving us the tools that we needed to differentiate, you know, the real Q from the fake Qs out there, right? And so we said this in our previous broadcast where we saw the thumbs up from Don Jr. to say, hey, is Q coming back? Now at 11:36, Trump is saying 2140, mentioning 21, saying, you know, I dropped some crumbs like this over the weekend, which started intense shilling. You know, a lot of people are saying, oh, fake Q, right? But at this point, we are far enough along that you can paint a picture without risk of jeopardizing the operation. Drop 40 is showing us 41020, DJT, right? Signing off on the Q boards. And then 2140 is a request of the analysts to say, hey, you know, Trump hasn't posted yet. Q Plus hasn't posted yet. How about a nice zero delta between Q and Q Plus? And that happened, guys. We are with you. We are with you. We are closely monitoring. We are with you. We encourage anyone, right? Anons catch all. Request fulfilled. 11:36. Is Q going to drop again, guys? Drop a 17 in the chat. As a shout out to the Q team, guys. Make them, you know, it will be awesome, guys. You know, we are ready for you. We got all the tools we need, guys. And again, we love you. Trump, awesome, right? At 11:36, the gap between that 4 and 5, guys. Can you believe it? 11:36, he's mentioning 2140. Bringing us back to those beautiful Q proofs that were given to us as we requested a zero delta between Q and Q plus. Now Q plus is speaking at 11:36, mentioning 11:40, bringing us back to those beautiful crumbs again. And again, we love you guys. Here we go.
Upper tax. And it was actually, if you look at state and city, it was in many cases much higher than 40%. I got it down to 21%. And now we're going to bring it down from 21 to 15%.
2115. Oops. Okay, the world is watching, guys. New York Anon. All right. It talks about the deltas. Can we at least have the delta, please, good sir? The D class. Oh, sorry, guys. I misread it. Can we at least have the D class? The deltas. Can we please have the D class, please, good sir? Specific timing, rest with POTUS. Hints, expand, ammunition. New York, Anon. The world is watching, guys. All right. So let me see what 4021 is. 4021. Okay. Hello, Feinstein. World War III prevent. Public truth. Okay.
And if, there's a big if you make your product in the U.S. So we're going to have the lowest, just about the lowest rate. It'll be, the 21 is on the low side.
Yes.
Since we were just on that drop, can you declass, please?
Okay. Well,
Look.
he's dude. What is the frustrated saying here? Trump signed an order.
I just posted it.
What?
On my X, look right there.
Oh shoot. Okay, wait. There it is, guys. Can you declass, please? Good
Thank
sir.
you, Deflustrated. I went and recorded this real quick.
An executive order ordering the declassification of files relating to the assassinations of President John F. Kennedy, Senator Robert F. Kennedy, and the Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Jr.
That's a big one, huh? A lot of people are waiting.
At 3:46, guys. Let me see the timestamps. Yes, 3:46. Let me check it out, guys. 3:46. At 3:46, Trump is signing the executive order. 3:46. 3:46. Godspeed, Patriots. We are with you. Oh, the request on Anos, guys. We are with you. Godspeed. Okay. 15:46. That's a big one, guys. Pain. Woo! What a wonderful day, guys. Happy hunting. Wow, guys. Okay. Clapper declares that it's time for Mueller to wrap up the Russia probe soon. Okay, guys. Pain. What a beautiful day, guys. Beautiful. Let's see that again.
That's a big one, huh?
Huh?
A lot of people are waiting for this for years.
We're going to have a little talk.
And everything will be revealed.
Whoa! And everything will be revealed. Whoa, Trump! God almighty. Dude, fuck the rest, man. This is, oh my God.
Okay.
Oh, I love hearing you flip out, Grass.
This is crazy.
Of files relating to the assassinations of President John F. Kennedy, Senator Robert F. Kennedy, and the Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Jr.
That's a big one, huh?
Look at this.
A lot of people are waiting for this for years.
Trump, we love you.
For decades.
For decades. You know, he's fed up, man. For years, for decades, right?
For decades.
Come on.
For decades.
He's saying that he's fed up, man, for decades, right?
Years. For decades.
I love it. Trump for decades. Listen to this.
Years.
Look at this. You know, he's almost astounded, right? The people have been waiting for this for years, and he looks at him for decades, right? Like, you see how he says that?
As he's looking at it, huh?
Yeah, for decades. You know, people were waiting for this for years, and he looks at him, right? Like, come on, you know, for decades. Look at this.
I've been waiting for this for decades. Like,
yeah, look at him, man. Look at him. He's like, book. Unplugging the pen and ready to sign, guys. Let's see that again. This is historic.
A big one, huh?
This is a big one.
Big one, huh?
Big one, huh? Big one, huh?
Martin Luther King Jr.
That's a big one, huh? A lot of people are waiting for this for years. For decades. And everything will be revealed. Okay? Give that to RFK Jr.
Yes, sir.
Give that to RFK Jr. Oh, man. Ooh,
Lastly,
see
sir,
that
we have
again.
An executive order ordering the declassification of files relating to the assassinations of President John F. Kennedy, Senator Robert F. Kennedy, and the Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Jr.
That's a big one, huh? A lot of people are waiting for this for years. For decades. And everything will be revealed. Okay? Give that to RFK Jr.
Yes, sir.
Okay?
Oh.
Lastly, sir, we
Wow, guys, this is touching, man. This is really, really, really big. Let's see that one more time, guys. Let's see that one more time.
Really big. As he was saying, we were just watching, right, in that Davos speech, basically, that,
yeah,
you know what I mean? Big things are about to happen.
Oof, man, let's see that one more time.
Okay?
Lastly, sir, we have an executive order ordering the declassification of files relating.
And guys, this is lastly, guys, this is the last thing he signed. So let's see that again. The last and a lot. I'm just blown away, guys. See it again.
Okay?
Lastly, sir, we have an executive order ordering the declassification of files relating to the assassinations of President John F. Kennedy, Senator Robert F. Kennedy, and the Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Jr.
That's a big one, huh? A lot of people are waiting for this for years. For decades. And everything will be revealed.
Wow.
Okay?
No holding back. Everything will be revealed.
RFK Jr.
Yes, sir.
Okay?
The CIA is in their bricks.
Yep. Oh, man.
We have
Yeah. Now you know.
Let's see how many resignations we get today.
Okay, guys. Yeah. Bye now. There it is, guys. What a wonderful day. Pain. And the other one was Godspeed, Patriots. We are with you, POTUS, guys. Wow. What a blessing, man. Let's continue with Trump.
Worldwide, the
You want to look at the
15
mirror?
is about as low as it gets, and by far the
Oh no, never mind.
Okay,
never
lowest
mind.
of a large country.
Oh yeah,
large,
we were on. It was
powerful.
It was 346, right? Yeah.
Yes.
2643. We went back to this one, and I was like,
Okay, narrative shift, guys. Yes. Okay, guys. Narrative shift. We see you guys. That's beautiful, guys. Huh. Okay, let's continue, guys.
Country
I still
by
got
far,
25 minutes left before my girlfriend comes home, guys, from the
oh, we're never
university.
gonna make it to the end of this one.
Okay, cool. So let's keep pushing, guys.
Bring it down to
Angel Magic is in here, by the way.
Angel, we love you.
in the USA.
Jojo
that's gonna
Guns.
create a tremendous buzz. We're also probably going back to the 1 year deduction where we deduct, we did that originally, and that was amazing what the impact that had, the 1 year deduction, which built up over a period of time, and then it expires. But we're going to go back to that when we do the renewal of the Trump tax plan. We have to get Democrats to approve it. But, if the Democrats didn't
Double
approve
confirm.
it, I don't know how they can survive with about a 45% tax increase, because that's what it would be. And so I think they're going to do. We've been working along with them pretty well. I think it's very hard for a political group to say, let's charge people 45% more. So I think we're in good shape. But we're actually doing a reduction for business and small businesses where
Ooh, grass.
bring it down to 15%.
I know we're
which
pushing
is
through, but he
really,
said 45 twice.
And by the way,
So 45.
you and you've done a fantastic job, but I hope you start opening your bank to conservatives, because many conservatives complain that the banks are not allowing them to do business within the bank, and that included a place called Bank of America. This
Running for cover.
Conservative business. And I don't know if the regulators mandated that because of Biden or what, but you and Jamie and everybody, I hope you're going to open your banks to conservatives, because what you're doing is wrong.
Can you pause it real quick? So I got a text from the Trump campaign, and let me see. It said, alert from Trump, Democrats are sabotaging my cabinet right now. Here's how we stop them. And I find that interesting because that one's saying who's attempting to change the narrative.
Mm-hmm. Interesting, yeah.
and soften the acts, right, that are forthcoming this weekend. This is the first weekend, right, that Trump will be in office.
Yep.
Right? Like this will be the first weekend. And how many times in the drop does it talk about, over the weekend? Not saying that anything's going to happen, right? Because we don't know. But the way that things have been adding up since he stepped into office have been, yeah.
Yeah.
I'll just leave it at that.
Yeah. He's been, he's not taking any quarters, man. He's going straight through the middle. Again, Trump, we love you.
Mr. President, I'll say that your friend Gianni said hello, told me to tell you hello, and we look forward to sponsoring the World Cup when it comes both this summer
Hey,
for the
Grass.
club and next year. So
45-45 was a good one.
Thank you very
Because if you scroll to the end,
Thank you, Mr. President. We'll now go to Anna Butin. She's the executive
it's not
chairman
about politics.
of Banco Santander, one of the big European
Preserve our
banks,
way of life
and
and
also
protecting
in
the
the US,
generations that
so,
follow.
Anna.
Biblical times.
Mr. President, congratulations on a historic victory. I believe you don't know me as well as my fellow
United
panelists.
against
so
the
a few
invisible
words.
enemy of all
Santander is
humanity.
one of the largest
Boom.
banks in the world by
The
number of
WEF.
customers, 170 million.
Yes.
That's more than my friend Brian or my friend Jamie have. And those...
They fixed the regulation.
that's
Trump
coming.
did his laugh where he went off the. Did you see that?
Yeah.
We're a big investor in the United States. We have many million customers.
Remember that one time when that guy cracked him up and he was just like, nah.
And we recently launched a fully digital bank called Open Bank. We strongly believe banks have a pivotal role in the economy, and we can accelerate growth and help many more customers. That's what we're doing in the United States. So, as Brian pointed out, we very much welcome your focus on deregulation and reducing bureaucracy. So my question is, what are your priorities in this regard, and how fast is this going to happen?
We have it all.
Thank you very much.
I think it's going to, thank you and congratulations. I know very much about your bank, and you've done a fantastic job. Congratulations.
I know about your bank.
We are going to move very quickly. We've moved very quickly. We've done things in the last 3 days that nobody thought were possible to do in years. And it's all taking effect. It's going to have a huge impact on the economy, a huge positive impact. Money was being wasted on crazy things. I mean, the Green New Deal was such a total disgrace. How that was perpetrated, and it was conceived of by people that were average students, less than average students, I might add, and never even took a course in energy or the environment. It was just a game. Remember, the world was going to end in 12 years. Remember that? Well, the 12 years has come and gone. It was going to end. It was going to all foam into earth. But, the time has come. These people, and they really...
Grass.
They really scared the Democrats.
Yes.
He said it was all supposed to end in 12 years. Drop 12.
Okay, always ahead. Good guys are winning, guys. Beautiful, Lance.
Military intelligence, right? Reference above.
It's the yes.
Biggest inside drop.
Beautiful, guys. Beautiful.
And he said it twice. So is there a 12-12? Oh.
There it is, guys. Maggie and Hussein.
Maybe could have fought harder to stop it, but it's been a tremendous waste of
Boom.
Money. During my 4 years, we had the cleanest air, we had the cleanest water, and yet we had the most productive economy in the history of our country. We had the most productive economy until COVID came. We had the most productive in the history of our country by far, and actually, you could look worldwide. We were beating everybody from China to everybody else. So. And we think we really now, with what we have learned and all of the other things that have taken place, we think we can even far surpass that. Actually, far surpass it. But we do. One thing we're going to be demanding is we're going to be demanding respect from other nations. Canada, we have a tremendous deficit with Canada. We're not going to have that anymore. We can't do it. I don't know if it's good for them. As you probably know, I say you can always become a state. And if you're a state, we won't have a deficit. We won't have to tariff you, et cetera, et cetera. But
there you go,
Canada
Durf.
has been very tough to deal with over the years, and it's not fair that we should have a $200 billion or $250 billion deficit. We don't need them to make our cars, and they make a lot of them. We don't need their lumber because we have our own forests, et cetera, et cetera. We don't need their oil and gas. We have more than anybody. So, just as an example, with Mexico, we're dealing with Mexico, I think, very well. And we're just, we just want to be treated fairly with other nations because there's hardly a nation in the world, and I blame this on us, and I blame it on politicians that, for some reason, mostly it's stupidity, but you could also say other reasons, but mostly stupidity. They've allowed other nations to take advantage of the U.S.
Other
We can't
reasons.
allow that to happen anymore. We have debt. It's a very small debt when you compare it to the value of the assets that we have, but we don't want to do that. We want to just have debt be obliterated, and we'll be able to do that fairly rapidly. And a lot of good things are going to happen. And honestly,
a lot of good things are going to happen
for the world, and good things are going to happen for the people that are dealing with us.
Boom.
Allies and beyond allies.
Mir.
One thing very important, I really would like to be able to meet with President Putin soon and get that war ended. And that's not from the standpoint of economy or anything else. It's from the standpoint of millions of lives are being wasted. Beautiful young people are being shot.
There
in
it
the
is, guys.
battlefield. The bullet, very flat land, as I said, and the bullet goes, there's no hiding, and a bullet, the only thing going to stop the bullet is a human body. And you have to
You
see,
are
I've
witnessing
seen
the
pictures
systematic
of what's
destruction
taking
of the
place.
old
It's a
guard,
carnage,
guys.
And we
bullet.
really have to stop that war. That war is horrible.
Whenever
And
any
I'm not
form of
talking
government
economy,
becomes
I'm not
destructive to
talking
these
economics,
hands, it's the
I'm
right
not
of the
talking
people to
about
alter or
natural
abolish it,
resource.
guys.
I'm just talking about there's so many young people being killed in this war, and that's not including the people that have been killed.
We the people
as
hold
the
power.
cities are being, knocked down building by building. So
Hey,
we
Grass,
really should-
1143 does
Yes,
go with what he's
likewise in
saying
the Middle
too.
East.
Sorry.
I
Yeah.
think we've made a lot of progress in the Middle East, and I think
Because
that's
that one's
gonna-
talking about
gonna
worldwide
come
and mass
along pretty
suffering,
well.
right?
Yep.
Thank you, Mr. President. We know that the most consequential relationship in the world is between the U.S. and China.
Human psyche, emotional distress, guys.
28% of the global economy, China close to 20.
You're
That's
witnessing the
almost half of the global
systematic
GDP.
destruction of the
And we know
old
that,
guard.
you
Power
called,
shall be returned
President Xi
to the
Jinping
people.
Last Friday, we heard that you had a good discussion. How do you see the relationship between the U.S. and China in the next 4 years under your leadership?
He called me, but I see it very good. I think that we're going to have a very good relationship. All we want is fairness. We just want a level playing field. We don't want to take advantage. We've been having massive deficits with China. Biden allowed it to get out of hand. He's $1.1 trillion deficit. It's ridiculous. And it's just an unfair relationship. And we have to make it
Trust
just fair.
POTUS.
We don't have to make it phenomenal.
Intel good.
We have to make it a fair relationship. Right now, it's not a fair relationship. The deficit is massive, as it is with other countries, a lot of Asian countries, actually. But we have deficits that are very big, and we can't keep doing that. So we're not going to keep doing that.
1.1, 11.
I like President Xi very much. I've always liked him. We always had a very good relationship. It was very strained with COVID coming out of Wuhan. Obviously, that strained it. I'm sure it strained it with a lot of people, but that strained our relationship. But we always had a great relationship, I would say, and we look forward to doing very well with China and getting along with China.
Beautiful drop.
Hopefully, China can help us stop the war with, in particular, Russia, Ukraine. And they have a great deal of power over that situation. And we'll work with them. And I mentioned that with during our phone conversation with President Xi.
Trust the plan.
And hopefully we could work together and get that stopped. We'd like to see denuclearization. In fact, with President Putin prior to
Iran, guys.
an election result, which was frankly
He
ridiculous.
talks about nukes.
We were talking about denuclearization of our two countries, and China would have come along. China has
Hey, Grass, pause it.
smaller right
Pause it
now
real quick.
nuclear countries. A lot of
So he had said 1.1, right? And I said 11.
Yeah.
But 1871. Drop 1871. Just go to that one real quick. I know we don't have time, but look, example 1.1.
Okay, one by one, absolutely. Yeah. The agency we will not mention, but you can read. Yes, there it is, one by one. Okay, guys, logical thinking, guys.
I just thought that
Those
interesting.
who can scream the loudest find the connections. All right. Affiliate A, affiliate B, affiliate C. Yes. There's the triangle, guys. Okay.
Yep. And where's he at?
Mm-hmm. And what is keeping this alive? Money, right? The money is keeping this intact. So just think about when you control that flow of money, you control the events, right? So interesting. Let's continue, guys.
As you stated at the beginning.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
a great deal of power over that situation. And we'll work with them. And I mentioned that with during our phone conversation with President Xi. And hopefully we could work together and get that stopped. We'd like to see denuclearization. In fact, with President Putin prior to an election result, which was frankly ridiculous.
Date versus actual.
We were talking about denuclearization of our two countries, and China would have come along. China has a much smaller right now nuclear armament than us, or field than us, but they're going to be catching it at some point over the next 4 or 5 years. And
date
I
versus
will tell
sexual.
you that President Putin really liked the idea of cutting way back on nuclear. And I think the rest of the world, we would have gotten them to follow. And China would have come along too. China also liked it. Tremendous amounts of money are being spent on nuclear. And the destructive capability is something that we don't even want to talk about today because you don't want to hear it. It's too depressing. So we want to see if we can denuclearize, and I think that's very possible. And I can tell you that President Putin wanted to do it. He and I wanted to do it.
Coming soon to a theater near you.
A good conversation with China. They would have been involved. And that would have been an unbelievable thing for the planet.
Mr. President, when you're back here in Davos next year.
That's interesting because he just talked about the nuclear deal and that it says you won.
Yes, uranium won.
Well, you're going to have to ask Russia.
Well done, Lance.
Ukraine is ready to make a deal. Just so you understand, this is a war that should have never started. If I were president, it would never have started. This is a war that should have never, ever been started. And it wasn't started during there was never even talk about it. I knew that it was the apple of President Putin's eye, but I also knew that there was no way he was going in, and he wasn't going to go in. And then when I was out, bad things happened, bad things were said, a lot of stupidity all around. And you
Faye, we love you.
Now you have all these bombed out cities that look like demolition sites with many people killed. I think the thing that you'll see about Ukraine is that far more people have died.
187?
Yes, 187. A lot of people got killed, guys. There it is, 187. Trump is going by the clock, guys. 1148. A lot of people got killed. 187, guys. That is code for murder.
That is being reported. And I've seen that. But far, far more people have died. When you look at a city that's become a demolition site where big buildings have been collapsed by missiles hitting them and everything else, and they say one person was slightly injured. No, many people were killed. Those are big buildings. I was surprised at how that was my business. These are buildings that go 2 and 3 blocks long. They're 20 stories high. They're big, powerful buildings, and they were knocked down. And there were a lot of people in those buildings. That announced that 2 people were injured. That's not true. So I think you're going to find that there were many more people killed in Ukraine in the Ukraine war than anybody has any idea. But if you look now, so many of the people being killed are soldiers just facing each other with guns, rifles, and drones, the new form of warfare, drones. And it's a very sad thing to see. And when you see pictures of the fields that I see, nobody wants to see it. You'll never be the same.
Thank you very much, Mr. President, on behalf of all the 3,000 participants here in Davos. We really underline that joining us the 3rd day in your presidency, live taking questions here is so appreciated, and we are already ready for receiving you next year in person. So thank you very much, and all the best from Davos.
All the best from Davos.
Thank you
At
very
11:50, guys. At 11:50. Let me check it out, guys. What is it? What is it, guys? 11:50. They're closing it down. 11:50. Think timing, guys. Where are the artists, guys? Asking us to decode this. Think timing. Where are the artists? Trump starting this at 11:07. So this whole thing is 43 minutes long, huh? Yeah.
Much. Thank you.
There it is. 43 minutes long. 43 minutes long. This whole
Wait, what time did it start?
Q&A.
11:06?
11:07. Oh, well, yeah, 11:07, yeah. But yes, 11:06 it started. Yeah, they introduced Trump at 11:06. That's true. That's true. So that means, but again, from when he started speaking, it was 11:07, right?
Yep. Yeah, because we were all saying the 17.
So, so there it is. Trump is speaking, you know, and again, drop 44 is nice as well. What is drop 44 again? Huh?
What did Kevin do, Durf?
What did Kevin do? Okay. Football. Okay. So then, but then the speech, the length, when he started speaking, is 43 minutes long. These crumbs are not meant to scare anyone, but merely inform. The resistance will be dealt with swiftly. The core focus is on removing entrenched and fortified bad actors within our federal government. Simply be diligent. Any military scene is for your protection, as well to demonstrate our resolve. Watchful confirmations tomorrow. So interesting that he talks at Davos, at the World Economic Forum. And the length of him actually talking is 43 minutes. Beautiful, guys. Okay, so I have to stop here. Miss Grasshopper is downstairs, guys. So we might go live tomorrow. If Lance is able to do one at 17:17, because I have to work till late in the evening, that might be great. So let's just marinate on that, guys. So because we got a lot of things to catch up on, or we're gonna go live on Saturday, guys. But I'm gonna leave that up to Lance and Durfman whenever they want to go live. Be it Saturday. Well, it's up, you know, brother. Like, I love you, man. Like, if you want to go live tomorrow. You want to do tomorrow, 17:17?
You want to do tomorrow?
Yes.
Are you okay
Eastern?
with tomorrow?
Yeah, well, you know, yes, you know, like let's get it over with, right? Like we got so many stuff, you know. Let's finish
It's just gonna keep building up. Yep.
Yeah, because you know, like Trump is coming out with press releases, like he did another one with the cures for cancer and stuff like that. We got to get into that. You know, a lot of awesome crumbs.
And we can watch the executive orders like the rest of them.
Yeah. Oh my God, man. You know, beautiful, beautiful stuff. Just look at that one that he signed, the JFK files, you know, Martin Luther King files, you know, the Robert Kennedy files. You know, it's just wonderful. Angel Magic, we love you. Thank you, Grasshopper, for who you are and all you do. Thanks, Lance and Durfman. I love you. Jamie WV, my heart feels new. Thank you. Love you all so much. Well, Jamie WV and Angel Magic, sisters, we love you to the moon and back. Thank you so much for your epic support. You guys are absolutely brilliant. Let's go live tomorrow, guys, at 17:17. And then we're going to go over all the crumbs. Let me like, okay, wait a minute. Let me send Miss Grasshopper a text, and then I will let you know when we're gonna go live, guys. So let me give the final words to our beloved Lance on this epic quest. One second,
Well,
I'm gonna text girlfriend.
Once again, man, it's just these comms are insane, right? It's great that we actually have, I'll say it again, actual POTUS. I'm kind of like everybody that was in the chat when we first started. Like, I still can't believe that he's actually president, right?
Yeah.
3
It's surreal, huh?
days in, and he's already talking to the World Economic Forum, right? And look, like that place ain't packed anymore like it used to be, right? Like,
yeah,
they're in a small little room now. It's not a big old auditorium, right?
They're hurting, guys.
They're hurting. And like you heard that guy saying in when we first started, right? That Trump won and we lost, right? Like we're done. They know it. So with all that said, I can't wait to see what happens tomorrow, what happens today. Like, I mean, we're right. We still got he doesn't stop working, right? That's
and
the
we
thing
don't
with
stop
Trump.
working, guys.
No,
and we don't stop working.
Nonstop. And he has been waiting to get back in office. Finally did it. Everyone's happy, right? Scav's got his new account. He's got his new account. He's still posting from his Donald Trump one on Twitter and on or on X and on Truth Social, right? So
yeah.
Oh, we're in such a great time right now. And yeah, I'm just gonna sit back and watch, right? Try to grab what I can or what I can see. I know those C-17s are supposed to be in my neck of the woods, so hopefully I can catch some, flying. I mean, those things are huge in the sky, right? Like when you see them, I've seen them before, and you're like, holy crap! So hopefully I can catch some videos of those beautiful C-17s flying around. And yeah, thank you, Grass. Thank you, Durfman. Thank you to our chat. You guys are so amazing, letting me know that the stream was down and we were having trouble, right? So thank you, everyone. And luckily we saved it and we got it back up, right? So
yeah,
that was a good thing that we didn't lose it completely. And Rumble quit messing with our channel.
yeah, Black Rock.
Exactly.
Oh, wait a minute. Miss Penny Black is dropping 5 subscriptions, guys. So let's have a little watch. Agabi Wins is now a Red Castle member. So welcome, Agabi. Sober Karaoke, welcome to the Red Castle Club. And thank you so much, Miss Penny Black. Giant for Breakfast. Let me see, guys, who got Jasmine Rose and Ginger Huntley.
Durfman.
Durfman?
Yeah, it says Durfman was gifted a membership.
Oh, awesome, guys. And again, Durfman, we love you. And again, Miss Penny Black.
And how awesome that it was Miss Penny. Awesome.
Well, Miss Penny, we love you, sister. Thank you so much for your generosity. Jamie WV and Angel Magic and Miss Penny Black, we love you to the moon and back. And everybody, welcome to the Red Castle Club. We love you to the moon and back. Let us give the final words to our beloved RQ Durfman. And again, stick to the end because we're going to shout each and every one out because you know they'll love you, right? And again, it's been authorized, guys. Miss Grasshopper is okay with it. Tomorrow, 17:17 Eastern Standard Time, we're going to go live again. It will be a long broadcast, guys. It will be not a long one, at least 5 hours, because 6 hours or until we're almost done, because we got so much to decode on the Monday inauguration Trump speech, guys. Trump surprised us with Davos, guys. So we had to pay attention to that one. Trump, thank you so much for those crumbs. And let us give the final words to our beloved RQ Durfman.
Yeah, we are definitely appreciative of Lance and his quick, his quick hands, quick fingers, to be able to get us on, to get us back on right away after it crashed. Just want to let you know that There is news about John Ratcliffe,
Okay.
if that interests you.
Okay.
Chuck Grassley is saying congratulations to John Ratcliffe, our new CIA director.
All right. John Ratcliffe, welcome, my friend.
Huge.
John Ratcliffe. So all Trump's guys are now on place, guys. On site. That's big, guys. Let me see. When did Grassley drop that?
They're saving the best for last. I tell you what, man. Cash, come on.
It's in the chat. He dropped it at 2:55.
Grassley. Let me see Grassley. Grassley. Chuck Grassley is dropping here. Congratulations to Ratcliffe. Chuck, we love you, man. Dropping at 2:55. Congratulating the CIA director, the new CIA director, John Ratcliffe, guys. Trump's guy is now in on the clouds of America. He is now cleaning ship, guys. So that's awesome. Let's see. 2:55, guys. Let's check it out. 2:55. Boom, boom, boom. Learn to read the map. You have more than you realize. Okay, 14:55. Okay, go on. Biblical times. Okay, joint treason. You have a choice. Ooh, it talks about the three-letter agencies, guys. The DOJ and the CIA, guys.
Yeah.
Woo, baby. Chuck Grassley in the house, guys. Boom time. Chuck Grassley dropping at 14:55 military time. This is taking the cake, guys. White House, CIA, FBI, and DOJ are guilty of joint treason. There it is, guys. The time is now. Contact window. Good. Biblical. All right, guys. Let's check his Oh, yeah. 1 second.
552.
552. Okay. His seconds are 46. Okay, 46 seconds. Okay, so you were talking about the 552. Let's go to 552. 552. Okay, guys. Let's see. Storm coming, guys. Boom. Storm coming with White House, CIA, and FBI, DOJ joint treason, guys. Chuck Grassley is a patriot, guys. Trust Grassley. Government transparency, guys. Government transparency, guys. Ooh, joint treason by White House, CIA, FBI, and DOJ, guys. And look at the way that Davos is treating Trump. It's almost like those, I don't want to say softball questions, but it's like, Trump was just free to say his thing like he was without any pushback. It's something to get used to, right? Because we always have these, these snares and stuff. Trump has to be on his toes, and Trump could just go through everything like a knife through butter, and it's that's the way it's supposed to be, right? Not softball questions, but again, respectfully, let the man speak. He's the president of the United States. Have some respect for him, right? He has a majority of America voting for him, and the majority of the world is behind him, right? And again, Trump, congratulations with winning the election, and congratulations with your 20th anniversary with Melania, guys. That beautiful first lady. And again, guys, Chuck Grassley coming out at 2:55. Mirror timestamp, storm coming, and joint treason by the White House, CIA, FBI, and DOJ. This is what you've been seeing literally happen between 2024 and 2020, guys. Again, a textbook example,
save,
right?
I said good save.
Yeah. Yeah. And so this is what we have been seeing between those 2 years, those 4 years, and of course this was happening before, with Obama, et cetera. But again, they needed to be pushed into the light, into the Oval Office. Trump to control the Q team, to control the key elements, right? I said, okay, they stole it, and they did not, quote unquote allow it, and then and then let the world and America see what they would do with that residual power they had, to weaponize the three-letter agencies against Trump, against the American people, sway the elections, use the mainstream media, use those corrupt elements they have left to fully expose them, and again, join treason, guys. We now have, changes in the air, guys. So again, Trump, we love you. What a time to be alive, to see this whole plan come together, guys. And we love you guys to the moon and back. Let's give the final words to our beloved RQ Durfman, and let's get the hell out of here, guys, because Miss Grasshopper is waiting, guys. And again,
well, thank
Yes,
you
Durf.
all. Thank you all. Thank you, Miss Penny Black, especially. Thank you, Deflustrated. And thank you, everybody, for your patience today while we were going through our glitches. And on that note, thank you also to the team for helping us, make these shows as awesome as they are. And finally, Lance, thank you for doing what you're doing, and Grasshopper, thank you for somehow in some way leading the way here for us Anons, and
wait, me?
helping. Go ahead.
What? Sorry, come again?
I was saying, for helping lead the way in.
You're talking about me.
Yeah.
Dude. We
sorry.
do this together, man.
I know he hates it.
No,
Yeah.
no. I love you, man. I love you, but we do this together. Look at this beautiful chat, hanging out with us, celebrating all these wonderful things. We're only looking up timestamps, guys. It ain't that difficult, right? You look up timestamps, you have, an attention span, and you put it together. What I do is I see connections, and that's awesome, but again, you guys are giving us so much, right? To be with us, you are amping up the energy, right? To have a group like you guys, for us to find something like this, the 522, right? No, the 552 and the 1455 that actually talks about the CIA, and to see you chat just go wild, right? That is awesome. It's like, you have to understand that what we've been doing in our rooms, in our homes, right? Sometimes we're on a call and then we have just one person that we talk to, or we have a little chat room, with 15 people in there, right? That go like, whoa, what the fuck, right? And that's it. And that's awesome. But now we got thousands of patrons, right? All of you beautiful patrons from the world, just seeing this happen. We're just looking it up and then celebrating this together, guys. This is awesome, and you guys are giving back so much. And Redbird, are you now on Twitter, by the way? Redbird? There? No, Chuck Grassley. Okay. So Redbird, if you are on YouTube, you are on YouTube, but if you are on Twitter, please let us know. But again, guys, yes, indeed. And again, so I love you guys. This is all of us coming together. We are all doing our things, right? Some are in the chats, some are retweeting, some are liking, some are, looking at the news, right? Dropping information underneath the tweets or doing your own decodes. We're all investing so much time, and it's great, to celebrate and enjoy these crumbs together, guys. Like when I call Lance, I have a lot of fun. When I call Durfman, I have a lot of fun. Like we do this together, and I love you guys to the moon and back. And big shout out to Trump and the Q team. The hard parts for them was having to wait for the public to understand what they have known for a very long time, and how beautiful is it for us to all come together and having the inner knowing, right? To go through these times, through 2020, the still, and understanding like it had to be this way. And for us to come together and pull each other through these for some horrible years, right? I was, my voice, right? Like when we were doing the show, I had a lot of fun, right? You know, some people went through a lot of distress, right? But again, like because of the hope that we have in our hearts, you know, we could endure these times, and there's also thanks of you, right? In the chat, every one of you supporting us on Twitter, supporting us on Rumble, supporting us on YouTube, and all the platforms. You guys are making it so much more fun, guys, and we love you. We can't do it without you. You know, we're all reading these scrums. We're all uploading this in the collective consciousness for new arrivals to read them and to fully understand them and rejoice and have faith that beautiful days lie ahead of us, guys. And again, we love you to the moon and back. And Lance and Durfman, we love you. Lance, you are epic. Hosting the OBS, when there's ever a glitch, Lance is on it. We take it easy. We're just going to scroll through Twitter while Lance is solving the problem. And he did it. We love you guys. And Durfman, we love you too. Please, the final words to our beloved patrons. And again, you know, you can continue what you were saying, but I just wanted to clear that out.
Well,
and I'm not disagreeing with you.
Well, hey, you know, you know, like you give credit to Keystone. Oh, I like to give credit to you, right? Because
yeah, absolutely, and I love you, man.
You know, if you look, I believe on my Truth Social, I still have a couple of those things pinned where I wasn't doing any graphics. I was just making a couple of screenshots and saying, "Hey, isn't this interesting?" And then, you know, finally one day, Grasshopper was like, you know, try making a graphic, and then it took me long enough to figure out how to make them, and you know, here I am making graphics. So, you know, and if it wasn't, you know, for you showing us some of those tools, you know, like the looking up the spaces, checking out the time in between, you know, all that stuff. I got to give you the credits. So that's why I say, you know, yes, we are doing it, but, you know, you're kind of at the forefront, right? So, yeah, you know, we're standing on the shoulders of a giant, and that's you. So,
yeah, I love you, man.
But we, listen, we don't want to diminish anything else. You know, all your contributions, everybody on the team, the less than 10 that we don't even probably know most of your names. We love
the
you
ones
all.
that paid the ultimate price, right? Because, you know, even though we have a lot to celebrate, you know, it came with a price, you know. And again, we don't know who you are, but we are grateful, right? And
and Angel Magic is saying drop a 17 if you agree with Derf. So go right ahead, guys.
Okay, guys.
We love you, and we'll see you all tomorrow evening. And
yes,
yeah.
Durfman can be with us just in the beginning. He has a gig with his band, guys, and we wanna have Durfman happy, guys. And he's the happiest when he's playing music, guys, and showing everybody what he's hearing on the other side of the inspiration cloud, guys. So Durfman, we love you. Have a lot of fun tomorrow. And again, the floor straight. We love you. And again, so what else? Let us play Hold the Line, and let me shout each and every one out because you know I love you. I'm gonna pay a little attention to Miss Grasshopper. I might make this decode when I come down, and then I'm gonna call it a night. I'm gonna be back tomorrow. I gotta go to work, and then after work, I'm gonna be back home as soon as possible. Run up to the attic, and do another live. We're gonna go through everything from where we stopped on Monday, guys, or on Tuesday, I believe. I don't know anymore. And we're gonna show you everything. The Elon Musk speech, the Cash Patel speech, the Dan Scavino speech, and those speeches. Another speech from Donald J. Trump. We might still have time to go through the Cures for Cancer press conference of Donald J. Trump yesterday, guys. That's going to be an interesting one, guys. I got a lot to say about that one, so get ready. And again, so Okay, guys, see you guys tomorrow at 17:17 Eastern Standard Time. Make sure to share the links to everybody. Make sure they get a taste of what we're doing right here. And again, thank you all so much. Big shout out to Rick Q, brother. Thank you much for your support. And again, let's play Hold the Line and let me shout each and every one out because you know they'll love you, right? Kill the dig
I will
music.
be a president for disease, joblessness, and hopelessness.
Porter
Anger,
B.
resentment and hatred.
Natasha.
Extremism.
The Frustrated. Eagles.
Lawlessness.
Just Reiners.
Violence, bitterness, and fury.
Redbird 19.
No progress.
Edison
No
Otto.
nation.
We
Only
love
a
you
state of
guys.
Chaos.
Redbird, we love you.
back and tell me
Trucy with the beating hearts. We're gonna hold the line. Born Again B, My Diets. Jay Tron, Right Wing Chungus. The Hind. Angel Magic. True Seeker, Jada Franklin. Sing a new song. You broke the internet. You wanna hold the line. Boom time.
You. We will be back in some form.
Too many of us think it is impossible.
QFA, we love
Too
you.
many think it is unreal. But that is a dangerous, defeatist belief. It leads to the conclusion
that we are gripped by forces we cannot control. Ladies and gentlemen.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Prepare for the Storm Mega. Okay, guys, and Carmen, maybe you can share your Twitter link on YouTube. I want to give you a follow back if I'm not following you as of yet, guys. So Carmen, please send me your link in the chat, guys. Sister, we love you, or underneath the YouTube live stream, guys. And again, God bless you all. See you guys tomorrow. Mr. Rob, we love you. See you guys tomorrow at 17:17 Eastern Standard Time. For the Dutchies out there will be 70 minutes past 11 in the evening, guys. For the UK patrons out there, it will be 10:17 p.m. For the Central Timers, it will be 16:17. The Mountain Timers, it will be 13:17. And for the Pacific Coasters out there, it will be 14:17, 2:17 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Okay, guys, God bless you all. I love you to the moon and back. And see you guys tomorrow at 17:17 Eastern Standard. God bless you all. Take it away.